Welcome to the eMpTy podcast. Myself, Mr. Wileycat, DJ, and it's a bit strange this week, you know. It's a bit strange. There's some. I was gonna say to my right, we have a lot of new people here in this interest.
All right, yes.
So I'm gonna go across the sofa and say on the other sofa we have
Man like Citrus, yaga yo 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 yo, and this is the eMpTy podcast. eMpTy stands for. This week it stands for Music Talk.
That's the one.
Wiley.
That's the one. And next to me we have
DJ Longers, aka the celebrities DJ.
You know he got that tag from us from last time, innit?
Yeah.
You
I
know we gave him that tag when he came in last time.
No, do you know the funny thing about it is?
Mm-hmm. I had a dream.
People gave me that. People gave me that tag.
We are people.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about years ago. No, I'm talking years ago. People like, yo, celebrity DJ, blah, blah, blah.
I'm not hearing that.
He's saying the fan club.
I'm not hearing that.
Okay.
The eMpTy
Alright,
podcast
cool.
gave him
Alright.
that tag last time he was here. Don't listen to any other
That's
stories.
what you're running with.
And
yeah?
next to him we have
I'm the Dagz, the statement, the humble one, you know. Cool and collective, cool and calm.
and last but
Sounding
not
all
least
shy as well.
Come on.
The humble one.
and last but not least we have
I'm DJ Levels, man. That's my name. That's who I am. Nothing much to me, actually, I'll be honest with you.
Wait up, turn up the levels on your voice.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
on the voice, not on the mic, it's on the voice.
no man. Levels is at
calm.
a high
It's
level.
calm.
High level. Yes, man. But this is the eMpTy podcast, and you'll notice there are a lot of us that are not here. Shouts out to Rain, Tongo, Buddy, Sirelli. The brothers are taking a day off today, and we are doing a musical special. It's very, very musical this week. Lots to talk about. But since there's no Rain's roundup this week, we're doing Wiley's wheel-ups. So
Wow.
I'm going to jump right
This
in.
better be music based.
It's
That's what
all
I'm saying. Where's
it's
me?
all
You didn't give man no prep or nothing like that.
no,
So there's no.
no. As long as we'll tell you, no prep, you just jump right in. So, Westwood, jumping right in onto Tim Westwood. Tim Westwood had been charged with 4 counts of grape from 1983 to 2016, and I think it's November the 11th. He's got to go to court. Now, the BBC have admitted that they failed their staff and they haven't commented on the charges, but this has been an undercurrent thing for the best part of, you're talking probably at least about maybe 8-9 years. Because I know on 2016, shouts out to the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast, our brothers across the way, they had Ty, the late Ty, the rapper on there, and he was talking about this issue in 2018. So, with that being said, what are your views on the circumstances with Westwood?
Oh, God.
All right.
So long as you're starting that one, yeah?
All right. You see, apparently if it's taken a very long time. They're saying this has been like for 2-3 decades.
Yeah.
that he's been
1983.
doing what he's been doing and, you know, abusing his power and all that kind of stuff. And basically, from what I'm hearing, BBC had turned up their nose to it from how many years ago, and then they'd kind of just pushed him into it now to say basically, all right, cool, yep, there you go, you've got him, can have him. It's a weird one to me because there's a lot of people that are they are culpable for that.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people who should be brought in to justice with him for allowing it to happen.
Citrus?
Do you know what, right? I remember years ago, this is probably like 2000s, early 2000s. I went to a rave and I remember was waiting outside. You know when the queue is just long off?
Yep.
And he turned up with an entourage of about 15 people and the rave was just full of black people. And he turned up, right, with the level of swagger to say, peasants move. And the way the security was carrying on, like, oh, it's Tim Westwood, let's let him in. And he walked through and he was kind of looking down at the people around him. And there was a chick right next to the door. He just slapped her on the bum and grabbed her by the arm and pulled her in. And she did the whole hee and kind of giggled and walked in. And I don't know why I remember it, But it just stuck in my head, and I was like, the audacity of this guy, just generally. But it's like he just had the whole industry in his pocket to do whatever he likes. Now, if this was what or how he carried himself on a daily, then the allegations that are coming out, I can't turn around and say the signs weren't there. However, you say the BBC's culpable. There are many other in the industry.
That's what I didn't say BBC. I'm saying a lot of people. I'm not saying just the BBC. Like,
I'm saying is there are
from
a
what
lot.
I heard, the BBC is the ones who kind of pushed him forward to say, okay, we've got the evidence for you now, but he's no longer on the BBC at that point.
Yeah. But obviously now you can say it.
At that time, when
you get what I
they
mean?
pushed him forward to the police, apparently he was over at
Nigeria.
Capital Extra by then.
Yep.
Is all that capital extra?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, Wiley, let's keep it going.
Yes. Well, I'm going to close off on that particular point because right now he's in Nigeria. And
no, I don't think so. I think he's
yeah.
back.
Is he-
I
is
think
he out
he's
now?
back
Is he back
in.
now?
He had to be back here to get charged.
Okay.
No, because
No.
I saw something on Instagram, innit? Yeah.
DJing in Nigeria.
Yeah,
So that means he's
saw
gone back
something.
to Nigeria then.
Must have, yeah.
Yeah.
So he came back here and then because I know he was. I know he was out there for a while.
There's the point you said about the BBC. They are 100% to blame because they've had this same issue from Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
Is it Dame Janet Smith? I think I don't want to quote the wrong name, but they've had so many issues of misconduct and high status people getting away with misconduct.
The reason why I said I'm not saying BBC. I'm saying there's a lot of people because I'm not just saying it's just them.
No, 100%
Yeah.
not. But my thing is, that's one of the biggest platforms in the world. Why is the safeguarding issue there so bad? Why do so many high status people with the BBC get away with such misconduct? To me, that's crazy. We have to, obviously, when you're talking about these kind of issues, you've got to address the misplace of power and also what's the word I'm looking for? I'm struggling to articulate myself. There's like a certain aura that white men with power have amongst black people, one black people and then one younger black woman as well. And I've seen that with Westwood. I've heard of 17-year-olds being inappropriate with him. I know it's legal in the eyes of the law, but is it morally correct? No. And I do think the BBC and his bosses and employers, they would have heard these allegations from years ago. But it was like, no, we can just keep them quiet. Maybe offer them a bit of money, or they'll shut up over time. But now it's just blown up into proportion. So I think the BBC are 100% to blame. He's obviously to blame as well, but also shout out to the women that are brave enough to come forward.
Well, at the moment, everything's obviously allegedly.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? But at the same time,
We know it's true, though.
No, what I'm saying is,
a lot
with
of
that,
it is.
with all that alleged, he's lucky to only have 4 counts.
Exactly that.
Mm.
Because I know
Yeah.
people that have gone to, was it Malia or Iron Napa, and they say, yeah, my friend, when we were 17, he took my friend back to his hotel. I've been here.
I've heard stories. I've definitely heard
I
stories.
went to university, and he was doing uni parties, and women were flocking around. I don't know what they saw in him, but women were flocking around him. He's taking them back, being inappropriate.
Same, innit?
Even I remember being 16. He did a party in the O2, and some of the things he's saying on the mic, he must have been in his 40s by then. So I'm 32 now, and I don't even DJ. I wouldn't even DJ for teenagers. I'm like, it's not for me. But some of the inappropriate things he was saying on the microphone to kids, yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
for me
I
at
mean, all right. On that side of things, you could see that he was always trying to replicate the American side of things, and you know, so I mean, that's what he's been doing. And it's not only there that he was basically should have been pulled up, but he also on radio.
Yes.
Because he also there were certain people he made feel uncomfortable on radio.
Cardi B. Did you have a
Yeah.
interview with Cardi B?
Mm-hmm.
So, linking right into Robert Kelly, R. Kelly. R. Kelly is there's a growing view. One, he's the R&B king, but 2, that the blockade on his music should now be lifted and he should be played. Bearing in mind his court cases and his history. So with 3 DJs, 4 DJs, 5 DJs, 4 DJs, 1 mic man.
Yeah, I'm not a DJ.
Semi-retired mic man in the room.
Fully retired.
Yeah?
And former DJ too.
Yes, exactly. R. Kelly is a big staple of our R&B legacy. Whether we like it, whether we not, he's a big staple of that legacy. Would you play R. Kelly now, after all this time, and do you think he should be getting played?
I think man, we're playing R. Kelly anyway, because you can look at it like what he's doing outside, with that foolishness he's doing, keeping up with, cool. But musically, a lot of us, our generation, we grew up with. I'm being serious. When we was romancing the women as teenagers, and was locked in a bedroom doing what we're doing. What was we playing?
12 play.
Jodeci, Jodeci, R. Kelly, H-Town, was doing all of that. Silk was playing that. So, you know, I've been there in certain raves, and I'm not saying, no, I got to play my R. Kelly tune. I've played it for years. That's what probably put me up the ladder playing as a DJ, bust me. I'm playing R. Kelly. So I know a man who plays R. Kelly, and I kind of rate it.
The funny thing about it is you got a lot of people who, in front of everybody, they'll be like, nah, man, R. Kelly, blah, blah, blah. But secretly, they're reminiscing about some of those R. Kelly songs.
Of course. Babies were made from R. Kelly tunes. Come on, man. Let's keep this thing real.
Yeah.
I think it depends on who you speak to as well. So if you're speaking to a lot of younger people, when I say younger, I'm talking like, you know, people from 18 to about 35.
Don't mean nothing.
They're very performative. They're in the whole social media era. So
Right.
like, oh no, we have to cancel him.
Yeah.
But deep down, everyone's known what R. Kelly's been about. Everyone knew it. Everyone turned the blind eye. Everyone knew he married Aaliyah. Everyone knew about urinating on him. These stories didn't just come out from that documentary, or was it a documentary or a YouTube show?
Yeah.
These stories didn't come out. We've known it for years.
Yeah.
Urban legend
Everyone turned the blind eye. But then I guess it comes down to your own ethics and principles and morals.
But yet again, another one who there's a lot of people who should have been brought down with him.
Yeah.
A lot of
It's
people.
alleged. He's been convicted. It's been
Exactly.
proved with him. So it's like, nah, you're this. It goes back to what I said before about black women. When you're making songs, what song was it again that he wrote for Michael Jackson? You Are Not Alone.
Yeah.
It was about him, you know, raping a young woman and getting her pregnant and her having an abortion. Do you really want to play those songs? Is that what you really want to represent, knowing what that song's about? The song's amazing. It's an amazing song. But when you hear what it's about, you're like, wow, is this what I really want to play?
You see, now that's another story. And I tell you why it's another story is because now we're talking about cancelling other artists' records because he wrote them.
This is it. So where do you draw the line? Because then do you play Marcus Houston Club?
Yep.
Produced and written by him. So I remember I was
Marcus Houston, you got bloody what's his
Bangers
brother
though,
called?
man. Bangers.
Marion,
So many,
B2K.
so
like
many, yeah.
there's so many, too many.
So he's the greatest. But I was in Bristol was it June or July? And I was like, you know what? I said to my host, I was like, you know what? I'm going to play the instrumental for Wonderful. So when everyone hears and they know what song it is, I said, I'm not going to play the verse because I want to see if they react to it. I've got it on my Instagram, whole place singing it. They sang the whole song. I was like, okay, maybe it's not cancelled down here.
Bro, I was in Belgium on Saturday.
Yeah.
I played, what's they call it? Bump and Grind.
They go off.
Sent the place
Wow.
crazy.
So I'm saying, as a
Isn't it
DJ, your job is to entertain the crowd. That's what you get paid for.
Everything is cyclic. So
So-
because people haven't heard it for a while, you hear it again, it's like, oh my gosh,
True.
wow, I haven't heard this in a
It
while,
hits.
so they're going to get excited by it.
There was a guy who actually come to me, he goes, yo, play 12 play. Like, yeah, that's not the one that everybody's going to be singing. Do you understand what I mean? So, yeah.
Citrus, are you playing R. Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Quick question. It's a simple, really fast one. Is R. Kelly the king of R&B? And if he's not, who is?
It's R. Kelly, man. That's not even a question, bro.
Yes.
Yeah,
no
it's R. Kelly.
comparison.
He knows he is as well. Everyone knows.
There's
he
no
is.
comparison. There's
Catalog's
nobody
crazy.
who would outdo him on a
Catalog's
verse.
Bro,
crazy.
He doesn't. He writes. He produces, and he sings. Usher has Jermaine Dupri and all these writers for him.
Yeah.
Chris Brown, I don't know what he's doing, but
Yeah,
to me,
he's
his
got
albums
writers.
don't really connect like that. R. Kelly's different league, bro. Man can
So
play instruments.
R. Kelly's number one. Who would be number two?
What, for
R&B king.
R&B.
Or the Prince of R&B, should I
I've
say.
got a bit of an unorthodox opinion because he's not really a singer.
Who's that?
Devante Swing.
Ooh.
Has to be, bro.
Producer and songwriter.
Type in, when you go on YouTube, type in Jodeci in studio, and there's My Heart Belongs to You. There's the video of him composing it on the piano, and they're singing it a cappella, and you're like, yo, this guy's different. And then when you read stories about, for example, they needed a hit for, I can't remember what album it is, but he said he went to the studio for 2 weeks, didn't leave, just came out for food and shower, and then went back in, and he came out with Freaking You. And we look at all their writing credits. You see Devante Swing.
Yep, Swing Mob all over
Yeah.
it.
All over,
Swing
yeah.
Mob all over it.
He's, for me,
He's number 2.
Different league.
But you see, then there's certain people who don't get the actual credit they deserve too. So when you're talking about Missy Elliott,
Yeah, exactly.
and then you're talking, and then the
Walking
other
from
one
Timberland,
who
yeah.
is kind of before our generation ish, Babyface.
So I'm gonna be really strict with it. Who's your number 2?
Oh, flip.
So let me just go back to what you said. Babyface for me is the greatest, but I was talking for more like a selfish preference.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, Devante Swing songs,
Mm.
crazy. I love ballads, but there's certain ballads that for me are just too ballady, and that's what Babyface does. So not
Yeah.
the Boys to Men stuff. But again, he's incredible.
Yes.
So from an objective standpoint, 100%. But personal preference, Devante Swing in R&B for me.
That's your number 2.
That's your number 2.
That's my number 1. I'll be honest.
So
For me, incredible. But the Jodeci hits that he's written, bro. There's
Same, yeah, I get it though.
different.
Yeah.
Because it's
Man
Jodeci
can play
R.
every
Kelly.
instrument as well. Incredible.
It's
bro.
that. It was that.
I'm gonna throw across to Citrus. Who's your number 2?
Probably Usher. Yeah, he can have a concert for 3 hours, and the pace won't drop.
Donald Jones was also underrated too. His first
Wiley,
2
you know
albums.
what? You know what we're not gonna do? Name everyone.
No.
So
check this out.
I just need a
Dags,
one.
Who's your number 2?
One
I was
stop and
going
go.
to say Usher. I was going to say Usher.
Usher.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right then. So because we're talking
Sorry,
about
can I
go
ask
on.
you a question?
Yep.
For me, what year are we in? 2025.
25, yeah.
When did Confessions come out? 2004.
That I couldn't tell you years.
2004.
2003, 2004 back then.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's say 21 years roughly. Has Usher really moved the needle in that time?
Ooh.
Honestly, I'm not. He's a legend. Bro.
You know what it
Has
is?
he moved the needle in that time?
I think if I look at it,
The industry's moved
yes,
since that
and
time.
and Usher went a bit housey pop and then came back.
Yeah.
The industry went housey pop.
Yeah.
But,
The whole industry.
No, not the whole industry. Only one of them stay true to their roots, as Beyonce knows.
No.
Beyonce, she stayed true.
The whole industry went housey pop.
And Beyonce was paying R&B writers because they were losing out on money. There's a whole story about it. She's the only
But
one
then,
that stayed true to
but
her
then
roots.
she went pop afterwards.
She's been in and out of pop though, hasn't she?
But that's my point.
Yeah, but
You see?
when they all went to the house, the whole I Be for David Guetta
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh, okay.
All the
Alright.
housey stuff. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in reality,
Yeah.
I don't think some people felt like they could do it. They probably recorded and then they said, "Let's listen back to it," and said to myself, "Oh wow, we're not releasing this because not everybody could do it." Do you know what I mean? Flow Rider killed it. Like he made mad money from it. Usher, Chris Brown,
Akon,
Rihanna,
lots of them.
Akon,
Lots of them. Yeah.
Nicki killed it.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
The house thing. The house thing was definitely a big
EDM.
thing at the time. Yeah.
That's what that was.
But I'm going to jump back into the final Wiley's wheel up, which is Drake. Drake lost his defamation case against his record label, UMG, where he was basically suing them for defamation over the release of the song Not Like Us, which was the diss track that Kendrick Lamar, it was mad. He was dissing his own record label over that diss track.
He deserved to lose that.
Yeah, so basically the judge said that he pointed out it's artistic expression, blah, 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 that rap battles, this is what people do.
Yeah, Drake was basically trying to say that the world thinks that he is a paedophile and trying to argue the fact of, well, he's not a paedophile. And it's not true.
Yeah.
But then he was basically saying that Kendrick, he beats up his baby mums and his baby mums is not even, like, the father to his child is his friends. And
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
It was
So
all- it was a
basically
whole-
you're
whole load
both
of stuff.
throwing-
It was
Shots at
basically
each other.
dissing. My question is, should artists now be worried about making a diss track about someone else? Because this can happen. So let's just think about, let me just throw it into the world of dancehall. When Mavado and Vibes were having their war, Gaza, Gully, how many years ago? Should they have been worried that what they were saying could come back and bite them?
No.
Nah.
No.
Drake's a mix. You know what's ironic? Drake is a mixed race man that lost the battle in the black way and the white way. He lost it the rap way and he lost it in the corporate world. That is crazy ironic
crazy.
to me.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. But also you need like
Crazy work, yeah.
you need some kind of, you need to be quick witted. Like Vibes Cartel and Bounty. Vibes Cartel said that Bounty Killer was named after the toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be quick witted and come with jokes on that. And no one's taking this
Bounty
stuff
Killer
literally.
called Sizzler, says Sizzler's pork chops, innit? Because
Yeah.
Sizzler is a name of like a brand of pork chops in America.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
You
Yeah.
got quick witted like Jamaicans.
Sizzler
and
pork
so,
chop.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to find a very quick question. Shouts out to producer Jay, because we always have this battle, and we always are warring about Sizzler and Capleton. Very one word answer: Capleton or Sizzler.
That's
Levels.
easy. That's easy, man.
It's not easy. I'll tell you why.
Easy, man.
I'll tell you why.
Levs.
Yeah? Okay, all right. Dancehall wise, Capleton. In fact, overall, probably Capleton, but Capleton hasn't got a praisey jar. He hasn't got a guide over us, and he hasn't got good ways. And there's one more Sizzler song, One Away. Those 4 Sizzler songs for me, Capleton hasn't got them in his catalogue. But then when I go to Capleton's whole
Got
catalogue,
Jaja City, Jaja.
yeah, but to me,
Exactly.
but that doesn't beat, for me, Praisey Jar is one of the best reggae songs I've ever heard.
Personally.
Personally.
Sure, I can only speak subjectively.
very-
But the impact
quick answers.
wise,
Jada City was better. It was
impact
bigger.
wise, yeah. I'm talking world impact. I would say Jaja City, Cowboy Town is
Possibly.
bigger.
But then,
Like
yeah.
when you actually hear the impact of the intro, and then you hear the beat come in, and it's live music beat too, and the way they no
Bro,
way.
when you hear Praisey Jar,
Don't get me wrong.
and the whole place is singing.
As a song itself,
Yeah.
it's a package. Do you understand what I mean? But for me, boy,
But then
Jaja City.
Capleton has the biggest dancehall song ever, in my opinion. You can play anywhere, slew them. You can play that anywhere it's going off.
Yeah.
So I've got to go with Capleton, but Sizzler.
But then I also go with Capleton simply for the fact of he spanned so many generations, for one. For two, the gal them tunes that he done as well with before he actually turned Ras. And then like he even came on a DJ Khaled song more recently and flipping show up Bounty Killer and Buju on the song. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean? So it shows he still got it. When he tried to put Sizzler on a song, I'm talking about
Last year or the year before.
Yeah.
It wasn't it, man.
Dags.
Easy. Capleton, easy.
Easy.
Move along, easy.
I'm going to dash the ball over to Citrus now.
All right,
I know
so I
Citrus
hope
has
you
got
guys
his
are
things
warm
ready.
because, yeah,
Man's got card in front of him as well,
Wiley's
you know.
letting you lot off
Flipping
to
heck.
do
no.
nonsense.
Oh,
Oi.
mate.
So firstly, I'm going to put the camera straight on Longers, right?
Go on.
This is a quick fire round. It's called Empty the Clip.
Jesus.
You ready for it?
Jeez.
No.
All right, cool. Empty the clip.
Sit
So
back in my chair, boy.
let me.
Jesus.
I need a timekeeper. Levels. You can be a timekeeper. I want 1 minute, please, sir.
1 second, my bro. Hold on.
Empty the clip is a series of questions.
No. Guest can't do time, man. I'll do the time.
Oh, while you got the time.
Yeah, I'll do the time.
Yeah.
No, guest
So
can't
empty
do
the
time.
clip is it's a series of questions, and this how we can analyze and dissect your character.
Okay.
Are you ready? Wiley,
Yep.
You ready, Longers?
We are
No,
ready.
I ain't ready. I'm not ready. I told you. I'm not ready.
That's his face.
I'm not ready.
He's
you ready?
doing it.
Let's go. Let's go.
We are ready. Ready. Marks, get set, go.
Introvert or extrovert?
I'm a bit of both.
Quick fire. Quick answer.
It's
One or
hard
two.
because but me as a person, as in
This
not
sounds
DJ
like
Longers,
extrovert.
not DJ Longers, yeah, is quite introverted.
The time is still
DJ
ticking.
Longers quite extroverted.
It's still ticket.
Or
Extrovert.
can be.
Okay, leader or follower?
Leader,
Talker or listener?
listener,
Work under pressure or work at your own pace?
own pace.
Help others first or focus on yourself?
I like this.
If I had a drink,
Focus
right,
on
I'd just say
myself.
drink now in it, car.
You
Focus
said,
on
you
self.
said first, yeah. So focus
High
on
risk,
self.
high reward, or play it safe?
Play safe,
Creative or analytical?
creative.
Work for passion or work for money?
That's both. Passion and money.
One.
Passion.
Follow the rules or bend them? Last question.
Bend. Pause.
Nice. Okay.
you
Levels, you're up next.
Yo.
Okay.
Marks, get set, go.
Optimist or realist?
Optimist.
Rule breaker or rule follower?
Rule breaker.
Independent or team player?
Independent.
Cautious or daring?
Daring.
Stability or adventure?
Adventure.
Job security or entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship.
Be famous for your work or be quietly successful?
Quietly successful.
Eat the same meal often or always try new food?
Eat the same more often.
DIY or hire a professional?
Hire professional.
Concert or sport event?
Sport event.
What team?
Arsenal.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it going. Cooking shows or reality TV?
None.
Theme parks or national parks?
National parks.
Literature or bestsellers? Sorry, classic literature or bestsellers?
Bestsellers.
Play an instrument or listen to music?
Listen to music. Both. I do both. Yeah.
iPad or Android?
iPad, iPhone, iPad, Apple, always.
Laptop or tablet?
Laptop.
Sky or cable?
Sky.
And that was your last question.
That
Very
was the last
successful.
question.
Empty the clip.
Dagz.
Dax, you ready?
Yeah.
3,
I'm gonna try and be like levels on
2,
this one. Go on.
1. Let's go.
Spontaneous or planner?
Spontaneous.
Morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
City life or countryside?
City life.
Routine or variety?
Variety.
Impulsive or calculated?
Impulsive.
Logical or creative?
Both.
Logical or creative?
Logical.
Private or open book?
Open book.
Learn by doing or learn by seeing?
Learn by seeing.
Big dreams or small wins?
Small wins.
Take responsibility or delegate?
Both again, but you're gonna say I can't do that.
No.
Take responsibility.
Side hustle or one main job?
Side hustle.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
And
Thank
that
you.
No
was
milk.
the last one.
No milk.
That was the last
No
one.
milk.
That question I would have said none.
I drink coffee. I drink coffee.
Okay, so that was Empty the Clip. And Empty the Clip is basically to try and get us in the quick fire, raise the temperature.
What was that one again?
Except-
Big dreamer or
Small wins.
small wins? That. What do you said levels on that one?
Big dreamer, bro. I'm optimistic, bro.
I'm optimistic as well. So that's why when I answered that, I was
Nothing
thinking
big comes from safety.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah. And
But then I like my small wins as well.
small wins
Yeah.
are good.
I like my
mean-
small
When
wins.
you get a big win, and especially when you've had to fight for it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of two different, kind of slightly different because small, you can be a big dreamer, but it takes small wins to get to your big dreams.
Oh,
so it's kind of
100%,
two
yeah.
different parts.
That's why
places.
that's the only one
climbing a mountain,
that's
basically.
the only one
I
that I
don't,
was
I don't,
thinking
I
about.
don't agree with that.
Why?
I don't agree with that because, and I can say all five of us stepped outside of our comfort zone for a big dream.
Yeah.
Well,
100%.
Right.
We learned from our small wins
However,
first
no,
to get to
No,
be
I'm
happy,
gonna
to be
dis- I'm gonna-
confident. Hear what I'm saying?
I'ma
To be
disagree.
confident to be able to get to our
I'ma
big
disagree
dreams.
with that.
I disagree with that.
and I'll
And I
tell
agree
you
with
why.
him.
Because when I did my first rave, it was a New Year's house party because Twice as Nice was sold out, and we couldn't get tickets. So we got a yard, and we did £5 to get in. If you had a flyer and a text message, if you just had a text message, £10. If you had nothing, £15. In Homerton, we had probably around 400 to 500 people, and this was off WhatsApp.
No,
Not WhatsApp.
text message.
It was text messages then. No one had a clue what they were doing. I had one deck and one tape deck, So, and that was when I first had my CDJs. Didn't have a clue what I was doing, but we just said we're gonna try
You
it.
said CDJs as well.
Yeah,
you
so I
first
had
had
the CDJ 150s. I couldn't
So
afford
what, the turntables, vinyl turntables.
It was I didn't no. The vinyl DT had the turntables, so we had 3 decks and a tape deck,
wicked.
and then we just went for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wicked.
but that's compound.
off-
That's what you said. That's compound interest because you knew how to DJ. You had your network of people. You had people.
Well, it wasn't.
It's kinda what he said.
So I'll give you a difference. If we were on radio regularly and said let's put on a rave, I'd agree with that. But just doing it as I'm in my bedroom spinning tunes, buying it from 12 different record shops. Chat goes out to Body Music around the
Who
corner.
did the event with you?
Myself, DT, Tongo.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna-
check this
I'm
out.
actually gonna throw
So
in a
check
bigger
this
one than
out.
that.
Check this out.
So-
hold on. Check this
so-
out.
Great Escape.
Yes.
Hold on. Check this out though.
Go on.
You had a team of people around you that were quite popular.
Not at the time, because
Yes.
you have to think
DT
of when.
DT was quite popular.
At the time.
At the time.
No,
Not
at the
time.
time. I'm
After,
saying
yeah.
at the time because DT
1999.
DT was still quite popular around that time, and I'm not talking about as in popular as being one of the biggest DJs around. I'm talking about popular as being one of those people who's very well known around everywhere. So DT was well known.
I completely
Flipping
disagree with
Tongo was definitely well known because he was
No,
in every
this is-
single.
but
He's
this-
been in every
Tongo
single
was-
rave from since he was in Pampers. You know what I mean?
However, but what it comes down to, regardless of all of that, what it comes down to is we're going to put on an event and we don't know what it's going to be. We don't even know how we're going to do it.
Yeah,
We're just going to try it.
Long as it don't even matter about the famous. It's because you
it's-
could be
it's-
famous
it's
a little
untested.
more.
Yeah.
You just got to do it.
Just gotta do it.
You don't know if it's gonna win.
Exactly. And then obviously coming around the table with you two gentlemen, and obviously to be fair, it was 5 camps, and this is 3 of the camps, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Great Escape.
So the Great
Great
Escape,
Escape.
and
Oh, yeah.
for those that don't know, we decided to ourselves we're gonna take 8
or 9 coaches.
from London to
Derby.
Alton Towers.
Alton Towers, and then Alton
And then go
Towers
to Derby.
to Derby
and
to
have a
rave.
dance
After
in
party.
Derby.
And
Something
and-
we'd never even
What year was
even
that?
come to
2002,
2002, 2004,
No,
3,
yeah.
One
2005.
thing I'll say is no idea comes from a vacuum. Innit? Everything
Yeah.
comes from stuff you've done, you've experienced, you've seen. So I hear what you're saying.
Mm.
So I see any great achievement as like climbing up a mountain, but you
Yeah.
still had the knowledge prior to do.
For me,
to do
it's,
certain
I
things.
think
All
steps
those
does
things
always
add up and
point
compound.
into it.
Add to the big thing.
I'm not necessarily going to take away from what you're saying, but what I'm going to add is, and I don't know if Dagz remembers this, but do you not remember when the coaches arrived and then there was a wall of police vans
No.
in front of us?
Yeah.
Because see,
I don't remember that.
because
So,
you
no, I
don't
remember that.
want the real organisers.
Yeah.
They were just getting drunk on the
I
coach.
was drunk on the wrong
So
punch.
when we arrived at Alton Towers, there was a sea of police vans
Yes.
just there. And they were like, can you not get off? So we've come off now. We're like, what's the problem? So the officers there like, hello, young man, got his hands behind his back. Yep, we understand that you're doing an illegal rave here. And I was like, no. And I took out my, the Kellogg's cornflakes, used to cut the
Yes.
tin out. And I was like, yeah, I'm here to just go inside Alton Towers, buy one, get one free tickets. You know, me and my 4 guests. I don't know who's on the coaches. So then we had to tell people systematically, get off the coaches. It wasn't an organized, so there was no one person they could go to.
Slightly remember
And
this.
then,
Slightly,
and then
slightly.
that's how we got into Alton Towers. And then from there, we then had to ask the coaches to leave at different times, to go to the hotel, to stop the police following us to try and get there. And then the coach broke down.
Yeah.
Do
Oh,
you
the
remember?
coach broke
So
down,
all,
yeah,
so
yeah.
so what I'm saying when it comes to these things is it's number one, the balls to try it. And number 2, when you're learning off the fly, because it's like, do you remember when a group of girls got there, we ain't got a hotel room. And we're
Yes.
like, take mine. Do you know what I mean? Because it was all things just off the learning. However, it's that kind of bravery and that kind of,
Yeah.
I suppose, big win off a crazy idea to say, we can do it and let's do it again. Do you get what I mean? So now when I see my boys doing festivals and doing big events and whatever else has come after, I say to myself, do you know what? If attending that inspired you and now you're doing your thing, do you know what I mean? That's the legacy.
I'm gonna throw one thing into that. I went to a Black History Month event last week Friday. Diane Abbott was a speaker there. Diane Abbott, listen, people try and that woman is a trailblazer because what she did and what she's gone through to get to where she got to has created a path for all of us to be able to walk into. But she did it in a way where, in a time, where I think she said there were 4 black, not black and Asian, they were the first 4 black non-white people to go into the House of Parliament in 1987. No one had done that before them. They had to now make a pathway for other people behind them. So when you have a big dream, you may not even dream of being doing a dance in Alton Towers or doing getting yourself into the House of Parliament. But the fact that you do that is of the fact of a big dream. It's a small win because you're in there, but what your legacy is a big win, 100%.
Like I said, I get what you guys are saying, but in everything that was done, there's still small steps to make that big win, in my opinion. Because in reality, you was already fruit bunch by then. You was already raw flavor by then.
No,
mean?
they weren't fruit bunch. That was the start of fruit bunch at that time.
You
That
guys
was the
were.
first fruit bunch.
We were already fruit bunch.
done our
Okay.
raves,
They
yeah.
were already fruit bunch by then. Do you understand what I mean? So,
But
those-
so I don't
those
get. I'm
little
not
small
taking.
steps.
I'm not taking anything away. But what I'm saying is, it takes. It does take. So when I asked Levels about like being employed or an entrepreneur, he didn't even blink before he said entrepreneur. And sometimes you need the mindset. There are people much more talented than all of us who haven't blazed the trail. Do you know what I mean? And they'll turn around and commend you and say, "Do you know what? I saw you DJ in Mexico, bro. Do you know what I mean? You were playing garage. You were playing garage to a group of Americans that had no clue. And then it's only when we started skanking, they were like, yo, these guys are off the chain. Da, da, da. Remember that? Obviously, you were there. But like, obviously, I was on the dance floor just doing the madness. And you could have played it safe and said, you know what? I'm just going to play hip-hop, dancehall, R&B and stuck to the safe zone. But you stepped out of that. Yeah. So now, when another garage DJ goes to that same jump off and starts playing a whole set, and he'd be like, I'm the first here. Well, no, you're not, bro. There was someone else that was willing to do it.
I actually even played flipping jungle there.
There you go. So I'm just going to move on to the next part. As DJs, and Dagz looks like he's tired.
I told you, my eyes red. I did say that before.
As DJs, how good are you? Give me your rating out of 10.
DJs
How can they rate?
I'm gonna say DJs and mic men.
And selectors.
How can they rate?
Just rate yourself. You're in the industry. Are you good, bad, ugly, different?
Yeah.
Rate me out of 10.
Like
Rate yourself out of 10. Don't rate me.
8.
8.
Like,
Why 8? Why 8?
Well, like, I don't know. I give myself an 8 because I know the amount of parties that I've shelled down, the amount of music that I was the first to play, the amount of genres that I was the first to play. Do you understand what I mean?
Why an 8 not a 10?
Because I'm not putting myself in the perfect category.
Why an 8 not 9?
Because I still look at it as I still got stuff to learn and improve on. So I give myself an 8 rather than a 9 or a 10.
That's fair.
Okay.
I respect and accept that.
I'll give myself a 9. I'll be honest with you. I get about 5-6 bookings a week. I've been able to DJ full time for I know it's my son now, so 9 years. The level of bookings I get as well.
Levels. See that?
No management, no team, no promo team, nothing like that. I've had plenty of viral clips of me DJing as well. Obviously, no one's perfect, so there's always going to be room for improvement. There's new songs you have to learn. There's new genres that pop up as well, or genres that get popular. So for example, bouillon is a genre that wasn't as popular 10 years ago, but now it's getting very
popular to me, bro. Don't try it.
Yeah,
Sorry, what is bouillon? What is bouillon, please?
Not as popular.
What is
10
bouillon?
years
I know,
ago.
but I get defensive.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
It's what, sir?
So West Indian genre from Dominica. So
Dominica.
they will say that they don't like to be grouped into soca. They want to have their own identity, which I respect. But 10 years ago, it wasn't as popular as it is now. Now you've seen it in mainstream events.
But the song Bouillon came out in 1996. And
Yes.
still throw that song out there. But anyway, so you said a 9, yeah?
I rate myself, bro. I rate myself very
Question
highly.
for you though. Would you say bouillon is not part of soca?
You know, it's not really for me to say because I'm not really a diehard bouillon fan.
What, as an opinion?
Dominicans themselves say it's not. So I've the amount of Dominicans I'm around, I've learned and acquired the knowledge that it's not. It's something completely different. I see similarities, of course. There's similarities between dancehall and soca as well, but they associate it as its own genre. So yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, for me, it's like, all right, like anything, you've got something that's on top of the graph, the chart, and then you've got everything that spirals off of it, kind of thing. For me, it's an arm of soca. It's come from soca,
A lot of people
and
think
it's
that,
gone
yeah.
underneath in a category somewhere. Do you understand what I mean?
I've never heard of this genre in my life.
Yeah,
but
it's,
Wow.
it's
Something
killing,
today
it's
on
killing,
empty
it's
podcast.
killing the
Thank you,
soca
guys.
scene
The
right
thing is, if
now.
I played you a
It's
song,
big.
you'd have been like,
You'd be
I
like,
know
oh,
this
that.
song.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that song.
Exactly.
You've definitely
Okay.
heard
I
it.
know the song Bouillon,
Yeah.
and it's
That'd
funny
be good,
because I've my partner St.
What,
Lucian.
the 96 song?
Yes, the 96
Okay.
song. So it's like oh god, what's the St. Lucian thing that they play? You all know it's citrus.
No pressure, but
No, Kasav.
Oh,
What do they play? What is their song, their type of music called?
so they play Zouk.
Zouk, yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not Zouk, but it's around that
all
family.
it's all in the
that
same family, innit?
Yeah.
It's all in the
Bouillon's
same
a lot more
family.
fast paced though.
But
Yes.
yeah. And Zouk,
It's still an 80 BPM-ish.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Some, yes, okay, you're right. Some Zouk is slightly slower though.
Yeah. Interesting.
So what my sorry, Dax, please don't try and escape.
I was trying to escape.
That
The
was
great
trying to-
escape,
you know,
yeah.
I'm being honest. I was trying to
The
just
red cup escape.
slip under the radar.
Yeah.
But what are we talking about? Because I retired in
DJ,
2015.
no one asked you that question.
I'll tell you what I do want to talk about. There are two promoters in here.
Wiley,
of very,
but before we get to promoters,
Yeah.
because that's the next question, I just need him to rate his DJing skills.
or
wasn't it-
miking skills
Yes.
as you was, because
All right.
and the reason why I'll say that is because Dagz, being the humble person that he is, will not want to admit Dagz was a template for a lot of people. And I will say that in a sense of I grew up in an era of 90%, Rampage, Ill Kids,
etc.
etc. Ill Kids had a hype mic man. Yeah. 90% had hype mic men. But they were the older generation for me. They were like about, if you're talking about the studio expresses and the special touches and the older crowd, they were the street sounds. Then you had the sounds that when we were going out, we were going SW1, Ezekiel's, hearing the Ill Kids, hearing those sounds. We came up, I say we, as in the sounds in the mid to late 90s came up after them.
Yeah.
I would say in that period of time, Dagz as a mic man was the template a lot of people today go with. The template, because if I look at as a sound, you can quite easily get boring. You can quite easily as a mic man say the same things. He was able to adapt with not just one main DJ, but with two. So as a mic man, how would you have rated yourself?
About 3 DJs.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, innit? I thought it was humble. About
No,
19,
no,
you know,
no,
blood.
I'll just
You know what I mean? I could link that all on my Facebook. You know what I mean? You know?
No, thanks for that testimony, Wiley. I love that. No, basically, yeah, as you said, we grew up hearing the sounds of like Dr. Psycho,
Yes.
Ill Kids. I think Simon Says.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And those good grooves, the special touches, the Dodds, the Hollywoods from Fifth Avenue, that kind of, yeah, that's what I grew up listening to. But I think when G Crew arrived, 95, I didn't, you just went with the flow. We wasn't following no set formula of how it went. My thing was to create atmosphere, create vibes. So the DJ does his thing, and then I will work off of the DJ. So sometimes I'm singing along to the song. I'm cutting the music down for them to sing along. Yeah, it was just my thing was just vibes and it just hyping
Before
up.
you rate yourself, do you even remember how you became the mic man? Because remember,
An
like,
accident.
Yes,
it was an accident.
It was an accident.
Was it
That's
the
why-
actual mic man didn't
That's
turn up?
that's what I'm saying. There
It was
wasn't
an
no
accident.
plan. There wasn't no. I was a DJ.
Yeah.
So what's your DJ name?
I think it was Dagger D. Yeah, it was Dagger D.
Yeah.
So I was a.
I
was
remember
a
that
DJ.
as the mic man. So hearing that he was a DJ, Dagger D.
So I'm the first man at G Crew to play soca. Yeah, to play soca.
However, GQ came to Mastermind to hear soca. But I was I'm not here to claim
I'm
that.
soca. tunes, I'm soca
Listen,
tunes.
if you ever saw how he played that soca tune, the first soca song, it's hilarious. Like, listen, this is what he
Yeah,
did. Like,
go on,
I'm
go
gonna
on.
say it straight how he did.
I
Right?
remember it like it was yesterday as well.
He hid underneath the decks.
Play just
start-
I just saw the hand.
just to see what happened, to see the reaction.
That's what it was. It was hilarious.
What tune was it? Would you
I
like?
can't remember.
Would you like to have it?
Something like that, one of the two,
That
yeah.
tune there. Yeah, I remember. So yeah, basically, so I
Number.
say eight. I say eight.
Eight.
Okay,
I say
cool.
Okay.
Wiley, I've got a couple more questions. Do you
Go
wanna
on.
All right. So, just for those who don't know anything about any of us, I'm going to start with Levels, please. This is more about background.
Okay.
So, what name do you go by?
DJ Levels.
Where would we find you?
What do you mean on social media? Or,
Anywhere.
you find me in a dance. You find me on social media at Lev Selects. You find me in the gym regularly. Just, yeah, my life is full of the same routine every week.
Give us a snapshot of your history.
Can you elaborate on that?
So, if I was to turn around and say, here's a photo, this is DJ Levels, what would we see past?
As in the type of bookings I've done. Or
Type of bookings, type of events, you know, what you're about.
few celebrity parties, Anthony Joshua's he has like a little mansion house party. They booked me for a few times. Floyd Mayweather's birthday party, I did that as well. That was lit. What else have I done? Not in the carnival. Every year, a few mass bands and that I do there. I'm trying to think, what else have I done?
The levels are high, innit?
Levels are high.
Levels are high, bro.
Man said Floyd Mayweather after Anthony Joshua.
You know?
You know
Yeah,
the
high,
crazy
high.
thing? He was like, elaborate. Like he didn't have
I'm
to run
thinking
with.
now.
Terras.
I did Tion Wayne's house party the other day. That was good. But I'll be honest, the celebrity parties they're not lit, man. They sound good
so
on
hold
paper.
on,
They're not lit.
hold on.
I'm not saying the history.
Sorry, Citrus.
Go on.
Do we have a challenger for the celebrities DJ?
I'm not here for that.
Oh, you can have that. I find them.
I'm not here for that.
Them parties aren't for me, bro.
What's your current vibe?
Current vibe? What do you mean? Is in what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
So I'm DJing regularly a lot as well. I'm trying to come out of DJing as much though. I want to get more into events and more businesses now. DJing's tiring. The game's changing a lot as well. A lot of younger people, 18 onwards, are coming to more a party. A lot of people 30 and above, into their 40s as well, are going on holidays. People's spending habits are changing with events as well. So I'm trying to come out of the DJ and just do it more as a hobby and move more into events. I've got my event team there that I work with heavily. But they're family to me. They're my close set of people anyway. So I'm working with them a lot. So yeah, that's it really.
And finally, give us an eMpTy podcast exclusive about DJ Levels.
Oh gosh, that's a very hard question. Very, very.
Do you want a minute?
If you could ask me a question, I'll answer it.
Give me something exclusive.
I don't know anything exclusive.
You know what? While you're thinking about that, I'm aware you have an event.
Yeah.
What is your event? That will give you time to think about what it is.
We have an event called Olympia. That was just birthed because I was getting I love 90s dancehall, right? And I was starting to realize around COVID time and just after COVID that I couldn't play it in a lot of my bookings. No one understood. So I remember playing Brockout Rhythm at one brunch and everyone was like, oh, what's this? And then when I played Only Man She Want by Popcorn, everyone was like, ah. So I was like, nah, I need an over 25 thing. What is this? So then our team just, we made an over 25s event called Olympia, a premium event. But at the time, the whole over 25 thing wasn't really popular. No one was really doing that. So everyone's like, oh, there's an over 25s party, let's go. Now you see it everywhere. Before it was just, your circle, if they're older, they will go to a so-called older event. So we did that, and it's dancehall, soca, reggae format. People dress up nice, and it just took off.
Playing it down.
So
playing it down.
Go on.
Talk about some of the themes, my bro.
Oh, some of the themes. So we like to be quite original. Not original because there's nothing new under the sun, but we like to be quite creative with our themes. So we started having an all-inclusive in the summer, which is unlimited food and alcohol. The last one was sensational.
For brunch?
No, it's all-inclusive. So it's a Friday before Carnival. So it's a Friday day party. So people take time
Oh,
off
day
work.
party. Okay.
Yeah, so people actually took time off work to go as well. Sold out, and it was unlimited alcohol, unlimited food, so Trini food, Jamaican food,
Wow.
yeah, everything. Tickets are £150.
No Nigerian food.
Oh, we could bring that in. We could definitely bring that in. If you can find me some,
Wiley turn up with his pounded
Of,
jam.
of course.
If you can find me some good Nigerian caterers, because
There's plenty. I'll send them
nice.
to you.
Yeah.
I'll send them to you.
So yeah.
That's a big move, So you're saying Friday day party.
Yeah, and it's
Take a day off work.
Take a day off work.
Take a day off work.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So that reminds me of like the Ascots, that kind of level, like people taking time out, dressing up,
but it's
jumping on the
it's not been
coach.
easy though. So it's grown every year. And one
That's
thing I've
good.
always said to people that do events is, if your event sells out from the beginning, there's no longevity. Your event has to grow, because if your event sold out from the beginning, that means that's where the market is. But markets always change. So if the market's there already, a year from now they're going to be on somewhere else, and you have to either adapt to that or just say, you know what, let's leave it. We had our time, let's just leave it. So our events were doing well, so we're like, let's go on to the next thing. So we were like, you know what, this is going to take a while to build. To get people in the UK to spend £150 on a ticket, it's not easy.
No, of course not.
And also we're giving them cups, we're giving them fans, a whole heap of merchandise with it. So it was hard to get them to do it. But now that people's seen the value and what we're offering, and like, it's just one fee, and you can indulge in as much as you want. People are like, okay, cool, and then they bring back their friends, they're following you, or you have to go there. So word of mouth is the best way of marketing. It's worked for us a lot as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So we did that. Other themes we've done.
They need to have understand how much money they'll spend in general,
exactly that.
and then work out, you know what, £150 is all right.
Exactly that. But when it's not just, look, it's food, unlimited alcohol, unlimited soft drinks,
Exactly.
unlimited food as well. Then you get all the merchandise. So we give them hats, sunglasses, recovery kits for carnival because everyone's gonna get drunk and be on the road and that.
Cups.
Cups as well. The fans. So it's worth way more than £150. But you kind of have to kind of steady then bring the price up each year. But other themes we had. Event in April that sold out in like 5 minutes. Tickets went on at 7 o'clock, and by 7:05 tickets are sold out.
Wow.
That was good. Not all our events usually sell quite quickly, but some of them sell extremely. Our April event sells extremely quickly. It's like the start of spring. People want to come out. But I've had other events that have flopped as well. So that was just one that we've just been I wouldn't say lucky. We put a lot of work and investment into it. But I've had other events that have just not been as lucky, so I've kind of dashed them to the side and continued with this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've had enough time now. Back to the question that you was asking, that you were trying to get the time to answer.
eMpTy exclusive.
Can it be something random or?
Could be random.
You just have to.
Okay, all right.
It's on you.
I say, I live a very boring life. I'll be honest with you. I live a very
Sounds like
mundane
it.
life.
Tion Wayne's
I
house party. Floyd Mayweather's house party.
Andy Joshua.
And all of them
Nothing that exclusive.
all of them
Other than-
funny man there.
Tickets sold out in 5
You know,
minutes.
tickets, I thought the event made $8,000. So what?
I'm dead
Do you know
though.
what I
I'm
mean?
boring though.
And I go gym every day, but so what?
My
So
life is
what?
out there. My life is literally the same.
So what? My
routine.
levels are low. All right, carry on, bro.
My life is literally the same routine. I'll say something random is that twins. There's a really weird thing in my family with twins. There's so many of us. So I'm a twin myself. My dad's a twin. My dad's little brother had twins.
Wow.
My dad's cousin had twins, and then my mum's cousin had. There's so many of us. So that's quite a weird fact there. Other than that, I live a very normal, like reserved life.
Doesn't sound normal at all, but I'm gonna give you a round of applause.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so Dagz and Longers, we're gonna have to speed this up because Wiley's got 700 questions
Wow. Okay.
and we got 24 minutes left.
Go.
All right, so name please, collective and individually.
We formerly was G.Ents, but we can still go by G.Ents. So whenever Wiley books us, we're G.Ents. Dagz, Longers. I'll let Longers talk himself, but yeah.
Go on. You said name originally, like DJ Longers Dagz. Yeah.
And
go.
G Crew, I'm
G
waiting
Crew,
for that.
former,
Thank you,
that's
thank
former,
you.
former,
Okay, cool.
former,
Thank you,
Formally,
thank you.
formerly
okay.
G Crew. Sorry.
Can we get a snapshot? To
Actually,
your
formerly Sapphire before that. So
Sapphire?
we were Sapphire Sound back
Okay.
in the 90s before
Original
G Crew.
sound.
So that was original when we was in school up to about 95
Okay.
to college.
Give us a snapshot of your history.
Well, it's the 90s, isn't it? So nightclubs, we could talk about nightclubs.
Go for it.
We was a weekly resident at the Chimes night spot in Hackney, alongside Heartless Crew. That was every Friday.
Regularly in Orleans as well.
Orleans, that's changed his name 100 times
About
now.
7 million times.
Yeah. Trends nightclub, Palm Tree in 4th Street, Flower Pot,
Seven Sisters.
Shady Grove.
Yeah.
That's where we met our other members to form the collective.
Or G.Ents.
Mate, we've been
To be fair,
Been everywhere.
I think you have to, because we touched on that before with when Longers was here last time. Longers being a returnee, first ever returnee of the eMpTy podcast is DJ Longers.
Go on.
But what I do want to touch
He ain't
on
a pioneer though. Let's not do too much. Carl. That'll be on his bio. Do you know what I mean?
Well, listen, you already took the
Might as
name
well,
about celebrities DJ and said he
All
was
right,
up from
cool,
us,
cool.
so
All right, no
we're not
problem.
going to get with that. But my point being is to say that I'm going to touch on to Dagz more so, because you've evolved from the whole street sound dancehall to now you're quite I don't want to say a staple, but you've totally evolved into another scene. And I believe you have an event in that scene or a movement in that scene. So how has that transition happened and how have you grown into that scene?
Well, basically, when I had enough of the scene, I think it was like something similar to what you said. Actually, it was like 2015, and I remember doing a booking, and it was with DJ Slick, and then what happened is it's about 2:00 our set was, so it's like prime time. Dance finish at 4, prime time. I'm used to playing music and, like we said, the 90s bashment, the going to a new school, the hip hop, whatever that was at the time. And I remember, no disrespect, but I remember Don't Waste My Time. Was it Krypton Conan? Don't Waste
Yeah.
My Time. And that tune went crazy at 2:00 in the morning. And in my head, I'm like, nah, this ain't for me.
Don't like it.
Before as well.
That's an 11:30 p.m. warm-up tune and nice. Warm up the dance nicely at 11:30, but we're at 2:30 in the morning and the other tunes is going all right, but that tune just shut it down. And I said, nah, this ain't me, you know. And I remember leaving. It was SW1 Club. Well, it used to be called, I think it was called Connect afterwards.
Yeah.
And I remember leaving. It was a long walk to the car because
I think at
Victoria.
the time it was Pasha, wasn't it?
No, it was after Pasha.
Okay.
So I was walking. I done a long walk to the car, and I remember just talking to myself, and I just said, "Nah, this ain't me. I'm just not feeling this."
You felt I need to make a statement.
So, what did you end up
Can someone
going
give me a
into?
prop for that, please?
So what?
All right, okay. Thank you.
I'll tell you after. So then what happened is I just said, you know what? If I want to keep my people together, because that's what was happening. A lot of, like, again, Levels mentioned it earlier, like the elders were going on holidays and things like that. The scene got boring. So it was, the youngers were coming up, which is all well and good. It's great. Keep it moving. But the people that we grew with and the ravers that were coming to our events regular, they weren't on it. So I just needed to think of something to do my full 100%, get involved. So I'm spilling drink. Full 100%, do an event that they appreciate and I appreciate as well. I want to rave in my party. I want to dance in my party. And that's how I then transitioned to what you're talking about, the Statement. So I built a brand called The Statement, and it was a party picking what I want to hear. So choosing the best from everywhere, putting it together, and yeah, it's my age group. It's going to be in a nice venue. It's going to be, and then that's when I started day parties. And I'm not going to blow my own trumpet, but in 2018, I done a day party at Trent Park. Take the big dream, the gamble, on a Sunday. Like you said, the Friday, I done a Sunday. Sundays were unheard of. The only Sundays I was out was Any Given Sunday. That was the only thing I heard about.
Yeah.
I done Trent Park, 4th of July, 2018 at Trent Park, and on a Sunday. And that was my gamble. That was my, and that's what, again, that's my like pinnacle of where I'm at now. That opened the doors and built my brand. The day parties.
Longers, would you like to also give us a snapshot in your history? And I don't mean I've played at this party, I mean more of how you've transitioned. And the reason why I'm asking this question is when, as I said, like myself, Sirelli, Tongo, and a few others had an event, 2000, it was the year 2000.
Wow.
And Longers was we to be fair, I think Dagz was also hired to come along. And Longers bought Scotty B,
yes, man.
bought Scotty B.
Scotty B.
Scotty
One
B
of the best DJs.
was
Scotty B
brother,
as a
man.
16-year-old.
Ask him about us. We bust him.
My brother, man.
Ask him.
Scotty B
Awesome.
was either
Listen.
15 or 16 years old.
Scotty B.
He came in with Longers like a security guard, literally just making sure no one touched this guy. You know, he's a kid. He's not even allowed in the venue. I can't remember if his mum was there.
You know what?
Or
No.
Big up mommy Scotty B.
Scotty B, I remember Scotty B coming to, I don't know what event it was we were playing at in Wood Green. Scotty
No,
B
he
came with his mum.
Yeah, he came to
And,
Master.
and
it was
his mum
Master.
is fully, and
It
you know
was-
what?
She drove
It was
him everywhere
unheard
at that
of.
time, yeah.
No, for
Parents
me,
supporting
as
the
I said,
DJ, unheard
for me,
of.
it was Master Wine, and when I was talking to Longers, he must have said, "I have to bring this kid along." I'm like, "A kid? No." It was like, "Just trust me." I'm like, True said I wanted him to book me up because if I book you, book me in it because that's
Yeah.
how it goes.
Yes, that's
But
how it
anyway,
was.
He was like, "Look, I'm gonna bring him along," and I was like, "Okay." And he brought, big shout goes out to Scotty anyway. He brought Scotty along, and you know, I'm not saying he could barely see over the decks because he wasn't that, but you know, he's just got a little youth's body with big headphones on and sweaty nightclub with pure alcoholics on madness, and this young man couldn't see anything else apart from the vibe that he was bringing.
And he hasn't changed.
And
Just to let
I,
you know, he
when I
hasn't
saw
changed.
that, I was like, wow. And as much as I respect Scotty, I have to give shouts out to Longers, because I'm not saying that was the bridge, but that was a step. Do you get what I mean? And that's where I first met Scotty and built a relationship with him. I'm in my 20s. This is a 16, 15-year-old.
Yes.
I'm talking to him via his
Yes.
mum. Do you get what I
Yes.
mean? So
Yes.
so when I talk about things like your history, I couldn't care less about what celebrity DJs. Anyone can pay for a celebrity DJ. Not.
It's
All
dead,
right.
it's dead.
But what I'm saying is there are steps that you've made, and this is where I talk about small steps, big wins. There are steps that you've made, things that you've done that won't necessarily end up on the bio, but I think you should be celebrated for what you've done. And that's just one. Do you get what I mean? So now I'm going to ask you the exact same question of, please give us a snapshot history of Longers.
So when you mention Scotty, I can't take the credit for Scotty. Scotty, I think Buju introduced us to Scotty, I think.
He did.
So Buju introduced us. Scotty became my brother from that. Like, we kind of just, I mean, he was around us a lot. I used to go around to his yard, just, I mean, practice on the decks and blah, blah, blah. And he came out with G.Ents a lot.
We just took the piss. We just brought him to the dances, unknown guy, and just shut it down.
Yeah.
Just brought him out everywhere. Just shut it down.
And
House
he
parties
was
in
doing
the
it,
ends.
he was doing it on certain decks as well, where you'd look at yourself and say to yourself, like, hold on, how is it you was doing that
How are you
then?
doing that on that with
then,
that?
yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
exactly.
He can
Like-
mix better on like even CDs, and people can on Sirelli.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Mad.
So with Scotty, like, the one thing I've always wanted for Scotty, and this is something that up to now I hope somebody does, because for me, everybody talks about this one DJ as being the god, and I think Scotty will clean him up. DJ EZ.
EZ. I know you going to say that.
Put Scotty and EZ in an arena together.
I think EZ knows the levels as well.
Let's see.
Scotty.
I'm gonna
When I
touch
asked
onto
for the
that.
MT
I'm gonna
podcast
touch onto that.
exclusive, I think it's right there.
Yeah.
But
I think that's fair though, because I think Scotty plays a wider range of genres as well.
I think Scotty would step in his arena and still beat him.
Yeah, exactly that. I was about to say it as well. Scotty can do the garage thing as well.
Scotty, that
what
was
he grew up-
originally.
that's what he grew up on.
Yeah,
He
so
was
I heard.
originally a garage guy.
You know what? We are going to touch onto that. You know, we're gonna touch onto that.
Okay.
I still need the snapshot, please.
DJ Slick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
For real.
Slick was a guy who used to work with me when I used to work in the library service. His mum used to work in the library as well. His sister used to work in the library. He goes to me, yo, I DJ as well, you know? I was like, oh, okay, cool. So he started coming out with me. When I used to go, he used to come pick me up in his car. We used to go this place, blah, blah, blah. And then slowly but surely we started to get him to DJ with us. And I said to Dagz, like, we should make him a part of G.Ents, you know? That's right. Yeah, let's do that. That's how he rolls up the ladder.
Mad.
Jumped
what I mean?
the queue, man.
Jumped the queue, innit?
17, I
Jumped the
took him Antigua.
Properly
Wow.
jumped the queue.
17 years of age, Antigua, international.
What
So-
are the future plans?
All right. So what I was about to say is how. All right. So they spoke about how they got bored of the scene, kind of thing, right? What made me not get bored of the scene was the fact of I started getting international. Now, I started getting international. It was kind of by accident, but obviously nothing's by accident. But I started getting international by accident when these guys was going to Antigua. These guys ended up going to Antigua. I ended up in Sweden. Ended up DJing in Sweden. And then all of a sudden, whoa, I'm starting to get regular bookings in Sweden. From I started DJing in Sweden, I started to get bookings in Denmark. Then I started getting bookings in Ireland, and then things started to. So basically, the more I travelled, the more I respected playing at home, because playing here ain't easy. And the more you travel and you come back, you kind of realise how much playing here is not so easy.
Explain that. Yeah, because you're saying it's not easy. Explain what the difference between playing abroad to playing here is.
Well, I'm not saying playing abroad is easy as well, because obviously you know that when you play abroad, you need to kind of get to understand what they like from what they don't
But why
like.
would it be? I don't want to say
I'm not
easier.
saying it's easier.
Why would it be harder playing here? You say that.
I'm not saying it's harder.
Go on.
I'm not saying it's harder, but it's like you can see when somebody else comes over here and plays from another country, they expect their music to be blowing up here. Do you understand what I mean? So I've seen Americans come over here and they start playing music and they're like, yo, y'all don't know that? Y'all don't know this song? They think that because a song is big out there, it has to be big everywhere they go.
You can go to America, yeah. You could be in the party for like 3 hours and not know a single hip hop song they play.
Yeah.
Because they can play some local artists, even artists from neighboring states, and you're just like, I've never heard this in my life.
So remember what I was saying a little while ago, that like I broke genres out here.
Yeah.
I went
What
to America.
genre did you break over here?
Crunk and Afro beats to our scene. So I've been playing Afro beats for about 20 years.
To which scene? Because you're gonna get I
I
can
know, and that's what
already
I said,
hear
to our
the
scene.
kickback
Yes.
to the scene. What
right.
scene are you talking about?
So you already have an African scene.
Shouts
right.
out to Black Knights,
Yes.
Amore, etc., etc.
Exactly. But then when you're talking about our scene, where our scene was more dominated by dancehall and hip hop and stuff, it weren't getting touched in our market because, well, it's not our thing. But then once I started playing it in the raves, it kind of had some people like, whoa, what is this? But the Africans who like to rave to our music, they was like, raw, we're getting Afro beats in here now.
When you're saying our music, you mean like dancehall, reggae,
yeah,
etc. Okay.
Hip hop, R&B, blah blah blah. It wasn't seen in that. It wasn't known in that kind of scene. And then all of a sudden, Oliver Twist hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it came commercial. And then obviously it dipped again, and then it came back. Crunk, I went into crunk. I thought, what the hell is this music? I went to Miami, lived the scene, come back. I was like, whoa. I started playing crunk in the clubs. Nobody weren't playing crunk at that time. And then all of a sudden, boom, everybody started.
Give us, because a lot of people may not necessarily know what crunk is, but they will know crunk songs. So give us some crunk anthems that people say, you know what? Okay. I know that song. Like we said about Bouillon. What anthems from crunk would you say these are the anthems?
So anything by Little John at that time. When you talk about T-Pain, Buy You a Drink, or it's going down, we're gonna be in the club, it's going down, snap your fingers, do the stare, and all those kind of songs. That's the crunk era. Do you understand what I mean? So yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Wiley.
So there was a couple things. The good thing about it is we've sort of we've slightly gone into, because Dagz was talking about the scene and how he got fed up of the scene. So as music men, because if you're doing something for a long period of time, you've got to have the energy, the willpower, the mental capacity to say, you know what, it's a bit like a footballer or like a boxer or someone who says, you know, I'm going to get up and do it all over again. Do the same thing all over again. My question is, as DJs, as mic men, as MCs, as music people in general, yeah, how do you keep your mental health 100 so that because this being mental health month at the moment, men's mental health month, should I say, how do you keep yourself that you're not just drowned by it? Because I'll be real with you, it gets to a point with like I've not been at a stage where you've not been at, where you've every 5 days you're playing at 5 days out of 7. But I know that when I'm playing out, certain times I'm like, you know what? I don't have the stomach for it. It's not something that I get the joy of. Look, we as DJs, there's an ego part of it which drives you, which is that your DJ, the fuel of the reaction makes you want to DJ more.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're doing that so much, that fuel doesn't really give you that energy no more.
Of course it does.
How do you maintain your mental capacity to say, you know what, I'm not gonna get so bored, I'm not gonna get so drowned out by having to do the same thing every week or do the whatever. How do you maintain yourselves?
Bro, that reaction, that crowd reaction will never get old, bro. That when you're shelling and the crowd are feeling you, that rapport with them, and when you're locked in with them, that feeling will never get old. That's the best feeling for me as a DJ. So for me, how do I protect my mental health?
Yeah,
I think gratitude, you know, like I can DJ full time, and you know, I can pay my bills. I'm very comfortable doing it. A lot of other people can't, and these DJs better than me that can't do that. So gratitude is for me something that will always keep you in check.
Snap. Gratitude, meditation. I meditate. I'm a meditation person. I meditate every day.
My whole ethos is it's just enjoying. It could be DJing, it could be spending time with your family, it could be at work even. My thing is great times only. So you see my brand here, GTO. So that's a Snapchat, like Snapshot. Great times only. That's it. So whatever you're doing,
100%.
live in the moment. Don't just enjoy it now. This podcast now, just enjoy the moment now. We can talk about it in 10 years' time, God willing. Just enjoy everything you're doing. So my whole brand and mindset, the concept of the statement, my event, is always about great times only.
I'm going to jump in at this point, gents. I think we're being too top level with this. There are people around myself, and I presume around you, who are suffering with mental health issues.
Yes.
And the
Or
events,
have done.
have done.
Yes. Yeah.
And the events that you put on, that you DJ at,
Yep.
that you host at,
Yep.
that you sell tickets for,
Helping.
you give them the hour, 2
Escapism.
hours, 5 hours of escapism.
Escapism.
You know, like
That's it.
if I'm going, and I'll talk about Olympia, because there are times where this guy put me under pressure. He didn't even know. It was like, oh yeah, Olympia this weekend. Shout goes out to Chenna. Dean, you know it's my birthday. Yeah, I'm coming.
I didn't get no invite
Send
to
me
this
the flyer.
Olympia thing, man.
Chenna, send me the flyer now.
Come on, man.
Come through on Sunday. Come through.
Sunday coming.
Yeah.
Sunday coming.
We're all there now. It's a problem.
Yeah, come.
But what happened was, Chenna sent me the flyer. I said, yeah, I'm coming. On the day, because this is me in it. On the day, I'm like, yeah, let me go. I looked at the flyer and it said peach and flipping sun-kissed yellow. And I said, what is this?
Or it could have been neon colours.
Something's 2 years ago.
That might have been pastel tin. Pastel, yeah.
What are you doing? I had a green shirt and some black jeans. Just nice. But it's like, you can't wear that. I was like, wait, what? So now, Sunday, or whatever the day was, I'm marching up and down the high road. Have you got this in peach? Have you got the guys looking at me in peach? I'm just have you got it in peach or not? I had to go to the retro vintage shop. But for me, it was
Once you got there, yeah.
I need to make sure I get it. I need to make sure I look nice. Do you know what I mean? And I want that. And as much as I was cussing at the time, when I walked in there and I had a peach blazer, I walked in there and a white t-shirt, you know, trying to keep it rich, poor, that kind of combo. Shut up. But you get what I mean? So when I walked in there, I was like, all right, I'm feeling myself.
Yeah, you're part of it now.
And with that, I was just happy. And I was like, why am I happy? Because when I looked around, everyone else was in this pastel peach colour scheme. So, 1 second. So with that, I was like, if this gives me this level of happiness, as soon as the next one is coming up, I'm there, because this is the escapism, this is the release, this is the freedom
We all need
that I need
all need it.
emotionally, to go and enjoy myself.
I need this as a clip, as a reel for
And
my
no,
Facebook.
brother, neither.
Send it to him. Producer, send that to him now.
But-
Send it to him now.
The point I'm saying, but with that, you have to remember, there are people who wear a uniform. They're in dark green. Do you know what I mean? All day, every single day. So when the event comes up, when the statement comes up, when, do you know what I mean? Long as he's DJ, when, oh, wait. I'm going to be there. All white. Fresh. I mean, wearing fresh boxes. I don't even know what I go on, but everything is fresh because you know what? I want to feel my entire self that day. So
It's a
when
release,
we talk
man.
about
It's a
the
release.
mental health, I'm not necessarily saying, oh, what you lot are doing for yourself, but it's the other DJs, it's the other promoters that are watching you with red eye over there. Like for them, they're like, well, I got to raise my game because you're raising your game. And as a raver, you're going to be like, well, that was a good event, but that was a good event, and that was a good event. Why? Because this was so good. You can't do your thing half because when your thing comes up on the same day as your thing, you're like, let's not, you know what I mean? So essentially for me, as a raver in this scene, I want to be elevated. I want to feel special. And if your events do that, it raises our mental health.
Which touches on to...
Sorry, what I was going to say there.
Yes.
Sorry.
All right. Do you actually remember when we actually... Was you at the first history? Hackney Central?
Yes.
So do you also remember when we changed history into a fancy dress party?
I think Tongo had, not Run DMC, I think he had a big chain. I think I've got a photo of it. Wig. You had the glasses.
Maybe.
The big
I think I was
big
just
glasses.
Flavor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember. I don't want to say definitely yes, but it's things like that. Because now I have to put in an effort. I can't just drag something out of the wardrobe and rock up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the event is more than me just going out.
Be a part of it. Be a part of it.
And I think because of that, the psychology behind it and the release that you've mentioned, I think that means a lot, and that's what I want to explore. You know, at this segment of the podcast, when Wiley mentioned about the mental health, is do you guys understand the impact that
I do.
these events have?
I do.
To just your public and the people that don't know you, people that don't even
Great
know
times
that
only.
the events
That's
are
it.
you. Do you get what
That's
I
it.
mean?
Great times only. I'm saying I'm gonna give my best as a promoter to give you a good time. You come safe, you leave safe. You've had a good day. Go back to your normal life tomorrow. Think about getting up for work and you're tired tomorrow. But my whole thing is, man, is because I know the impact. Life is hard.
So,
Life is tough.
But as a promoter and a because let's not downplay it. Promoting and DJing, very stressful. If you're a DJ, yes, we do it because we love what we do, but ultimately the pressure is on you because you can't. I think Levels mentioned it earlier about if you're doing an event and you are here, that you have to try and you can't maintain the sold out event. If as a DJ, you jump on and you got the crowd here, you've got to keep the crowd here all for that hour or whatever it is you're playing.
I disagree there, bro.
Go on.
Human beings aren't like that. So you got to study human behavior to have a really lit set. You want to take if you jump on and the crowd are here, you take them here, then you bring them down a bit, then you bring them up again. It's a roller coaster, right? You don't want to keep them up because then they go on autopilot mode and they don't appreciate your set. When you keep giving people really good stuff all the way through, they won't appreciate it. So what you want to do as a DJ is you want to, let's say you have an hour set, the start and the end of your set are that's the part people remember. No one remembers the middle part. You start very strong and you finish incredibly strong. People remember those. But the middle part, people don't remember as much. Like, for example, if I gave you a shopping list, I said to you, try and memorize every single item on the shopping list. You remember the first few items and the last few. In the middle, you'll forget. So when you have a DJ set now, you want to start strong. Then, maybe go into, if you're playing multi-genre, maybe go into some R&B sing-alongs for a bit. Then go into some really power stuff afterwards and end strong as well. So you don't have to keep them up the whole way.
I agree with you, but there's a part that you missed on that.
Which is
The part that you missed on that is it depends on what the other person just finished on.
Oh,
So
100%
if like obviously you've got the levels of different times of the rave, and obviously a certain point of the rave that's gonna be your peak. Do you understand what I mean? So if the person who's actually played the actual main set has taken it up to the peak, then it has to drop down for it to come back up again anyway.
Follow up.
you understand what I mean?
It depends how you start though. So if you're in a yardie dance or something, that's just an example. You know, they will lock off the dance and restart it again. Whereas if you're in a more urban event, the trend now is just to mix in and continue and then go on your own path afterwards.
Well, even if you're in a yardie dance, they might play some Jamaican R&B type stuff. You know what I mean? Some proper vocal reggae. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean? Which is them bringing it down to reset it anyway. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean? So it's just kind of
country and western.
Do you know what I remember? You know when we used to play the West End sets and the city raves?
Yes.
And it would be this sound. It weren't DJs. It was this sound, then this sound, then this sound. And depending on the bad mindness of the sound before, they would just play 30 seconds of everything.
Shoot out.
After shoot. And then you come on and you're like, all right, I can't now repeat because that's a madness. You need to now find a new way through and create that. And that's where, do you know what I mean? And this is where I'll shout out to DT. That's where, for us, when we were DJing, I used to always say, we have to do something no one else is willing to do. In my rave, I played an advert. As in, an advert that was on TV, like a McDonald's advert, for example. I played it in the rave. Everyone, and it was like a song, for example, like a McDonald's song. I can't remember what it was. But I played it, and I downloaded it off remember, what was it called? LimeWire. Played this advert, and everyone turned around, and I said, if you know the words, sing along. Now, they were singing along to the whole advert. The other DJs are looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? Do you know what I mean? This is just mad, it's weird, and whatever.
It's corny,
but because,
it's corny.
Yeah, but because everyone was singing along now, whatever the next tune was going to hit, because the energy now has been reset, as you said.
I'm taking that idea.
The energy, don't do that.
I'm sorry, I'm stealing that idea, bro.
But the energy was reset because it was like, wow, no one expected that. But because we heard the advert all the time, everyone knew every single word.
Like the Jet 2 Holidays.
Jet 2 Holidays. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, not necessarily that. But you get the concept of it. And because of that, it was like, oh, wow. Do you know what I mean? Let's do that. And shout goes out to yourself, Levels. In Olympia, you played a instrumental. And I think he said something along the lines of, it was Candy Dance, I remember. And you said, I'm going to play the Candy Dance. No, you played, I want to say it was drum and bass. I can't remember. But you said, I'm going to mix 10 songs into this. Do you remember? And I was at the back like, what the hell is this guy doing? But all of the old people that were sitting at the back because their foot was hurting got up and started skanking. I was like, little quiet applause.
I can't take credit for that. I got that from Master J.
I don't care. I don't care.
Mix Master J.
Yeah,
I don't care. When I saw it,
you
that
flip
was
a
the
song
first.
and they continue to do the electric slide. It's quite common, yeah.
But when I saw it, but no, the rhythm was the same as well. The rhythm didn't change.
Oh, is it? Okay.
To get so he was mixing over, so it was an instrumental and different pieces on top. So for me, it was when I see creativity.
That might have been Kala, you know. That was because sometimes Kala jumps into this. I think that might have been him.
All I know, I saw you down there, and I was over there.
Yeah, but I think that might have been Kala, you know.
Whoever it was
gets
the credit.
So
Whoever it was gets the credit.
But
gets the credit.
I still want to come back to the mental health.
Yes.
The mental health question, because I think it's so important. Because, as I said, a lot of our people are suffering, and many are suffering in silence.
And you know what? I do want to touch on the fact a lot of DJs, because let's not forget, it can be very monotonous doing the same thing. If you're a DJ, DJs 5 days a week, 4 days a week, does the same thing, you're gonna end up having to. It's human nature. You have to. You can't be original all the time. You're gonna end up repeating. Your mental state at some stage you'll be like, you know what, this ain't fueling me. This ain't giving me the energy I need. How do you then combat that to be able to say, you know what, I still want to do what I'm doing? Because a lot of DJs, when I think back to the mid-90s through to the 2000s, a lot of people dropped off because they didn't want to continue doing something. My DJ partner retired because he got fed up of it. He just got bored. But that was a common thing. But if you're DJing every week and you're doing something every week, you're going to get bored of it. Yeah. That's human nature. How do you keep that energy, that originality, as Citrus has said? How do you keep yourself 10-10? Because people coming to your dances are expecting 10-10. And you're going to go there, you may not be 10-10 when you go there.
So one of the reasons why a lot of people, all right, being a multi-genre DJ does change a lot of things when it comes to getting bored or not getting bored of DJing. Let me give you an example. Garage DJs. I'm sure a lot of them old school garage DJs must get fed up of playing in garage dances because it's the same music that's been... The classic garage songs are the ones that are really, still big in their scene. And there's not really many big garage songs that you can call new school. So think how bored they must be of playing the same thing over and over again to different crowds all over the world or wherever they play them to. Do you understand what I mean?
Levels made a point, and I think this is
Sorry,
this what this sofa does.
Before we get to that,
I'm just gonna make a point. Like, he made a point saying you could play the same 12 tunes if the energy that's just coming across from those enjoying your set fills you with that level of euphoria. You keep seeking that high until you're no longer getting the high. Do you get what I mean?
But check what I'm saying with it. Like, if you check it out, a lot of the guys who were playing garage or even played house, they moved on to going into the funky scene.
Yeah, funky,
The funky scene. They went into the whole house scene.
Yeah, house. Amapiano.
And tribal, and then the Amapiano. Do you know what I mean? Some of them moved to the times. But then you've got, like, I'm gonna mention names, obviously, like the ones who are always in the garage events, the Norris the Boss, Windrosses, etc., etc. Do you know what I mean? They have a program of having to play virtually old school garage. And I mean, obviously, example, because I don't know the scene properly, but I know it good enough to know that they're still playing most of the same songs. So when we're talking about mental health, the fact that we can go into multi-different genres and come out of what we're playing to go somewhere else and then come back somewhere else or go back into what we originally play, it kind of frees our mind because we are not doing the same thing everywhere we go simply because we can.
No, but
you know what I mean?
Them old school house DJs, garage DJs, they're not just playing old school garage events. They might be booked across the world because it's a big scene, isn't it?
From what I'm hearing, some of them are now trying to come out of playing just garage.
This is
hearsay. This is what I'm hearing.
This is a very good segue into the next series of questions. And it is about DJs DJing. And no longer...
Like I said before, gratitude is everything. Yeah, gratitude is, for me, is the root of all happiness. An event organizer paid me the other day, and he said, "Yo, for your hour set, you're getting paid more than I am for my 8-hour corporate job." So when I look at that, I'm like, "Yo." Sometimes I think, "Oh, I'm bored of DJing. Let me try something else." I'm like, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of training to get to that point where I'm making that kind of money.
Yeah, fair enough.
Gratitude is everything. Also, no one is forcing you to DJ. No one is forcing you, like you said with the garage DJs. No one's stopping them from rebranding and trying new things. So if you want to be stuck in somewhere and you're getting upset by it, that's your own fault.
So what you just said there, do you know there's a saying? If you work doing something that you love, you're never working again.
Yeah,
that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
We love what we do. So it's almost like it's not so much work for us anymore.
And
don't get me wrong. There's some places you go to and it is work.
Definitely work.
It's work. And you know what I mean? To get them to move and then once you got them move, you have to keep them, obviously. But
with DJ, listen, when I hear people, back to the gratitude point again, when I hear people complain and say, "Oh, but it's this and that," I'm like, listen, there's cleaners on £7 an hour. There's brain surgeons that are failing and keeping people alive. And you want to complain about pressing play on a song? That's lame to me, man. I can't lie. And a lot of people might say, "Oh, you can't." It's a bit harsh. To me, that's lame because it's one of the easier. You're getting paid to press play on a song that you haven't even created yourself. You can't have any qualms with that, man.
I'm gonna jump onto a very quick point because I know this is something you want to say. Very quick point because you mentioned about pressing play. Shout out to Supermax because Supermax me, Rain, and Supermax had a very big debate about this. Pressing the sync button as a DJ, yes or no, Levels?
It's neither here nor there. As long as the crowd are enjoying, let DJs do what they want to do, man.
Long as-
Technology changes.
It's not a problem. Reason why I say it's not a problem, the sync button now has been turned into something that it wasn't before. The sync button, people use it to quickly level up the speed to the left deck or the right deck, and they do it quick time. That means they can now mix the next song quick, rather than having to take long to kind of actually find the actual right pitch.
Okay.
So it's no longer used as a thing of, all right, well, I can't mix, so I need to use the actual sync button to keep it in line with the other one. It's now used to basically just get the same BPM very quickly so you can get the next song ready properly.
Right. I'm not gonna labor on the point, but Rain, Supermax, you was wrong, I was right.
No,
Citrus.
hold on, let me add to that.
Yeah, you the man were wrong. You
Let me add
wrong
to that. I
still.
wouldn't say they're wrong because I know Supermax is against it, right?
Yeah,
I can imagine.
totally against it.
And rightly so, because the easier you make the barrier of entry to DJing, the worse the craft gets. So I do hear why DJs say, no, you shouldn't do that. Because vinyl days, they're probably way better DJs as a collective than there are now as a whole. Ratio to, excuse my language, but actually no. Ratio of rubbish to good DJs was probably way more in favor of the good DJs back then than it is now.
Yeah.
So the lower the
1000%.
barrier to entry, the worse the craft gets as a whole.
I-
So
I-
I do hear that.
I'd agree with that. I think the only problem you have with that is, and I said it at the time, when you start to strip down the art of DJing, you have to look at, okay, where do we start and where do we stop? Do we say, you know what, as a DJ, got to go on vinyl? Can't use Serato because Serato's cheating. Because
You got
effectively,
waveforms.
you're not.
That's basically
Listen,
sync.
there's a whole convo, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because I know Citrus still has other stuff, and there's a couple of stuff I wanted to raise up. But go on.
So mine was actually based on the sync button, and I'm not against it. You know, I think if you do not evolve, you get stuck.
Yes, that's what I was about to say, because they've made these things easier for us. Cool.
For us.
But if you decide now that you don't want to use the technology that could help to enhance your DJ set, that's on you as an individual.
So with that, and I it's hard to make this a music podcast and talk about just DJing where people love music. So I think we need to get back to music.
Music.
So what it comes down to is one of the things. So one of the things in the back of my mind is about the music. I am very happy to listen to a playlist that's 15 years old. Give me a playlist that's 3 years old, I'd probably struggle. And I mean, the music was released 3 years ago versus music released 15 years ago.
15 years ago is 2010. I thought the music then was shit as well.
I didn't.
I thought,
But obviously not as much fun
Yeah.
as, 10 years before that. And for us especially, 10 years before
True,
that.
innit? 15 is 2010. Bloody hell.
So now with how music is changing, how music is evolving, dancehall as an art form is on life support, in my opinion.
In my opinion too.
I think R&B is probably on its last rights right now.
No.
And I'm a talk from my truth.
Yeah. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
And the reason why I say that is
R&B's been on its
I'm gonna
last
finish.
rights.
I'm gonna finish.
Been on.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh,
reviving.
I thought you were saying
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
You
It's
nearly got shot down.
reviving. It's
Okay.
reviving.
No.
okay, but that's
Yes.
all with you. Keep going,
So,
Citrus.
yeah.
Preacher,
So-
preach.
The reason why I'm sharing this is because what I find very interesting is you can't play an R&B tune today that all five of us could sing along to. That came out in the last year and a half.
Yes, you
2
can.
years.
Yes, you can.
You can, but
Yes, you can.
do we enjoy
Could you
it?
play 10?
Do we enjoy it?
Could you play 10?
I could.
That all
Well,
five
you
of
could
us.
play 10, you could probably
In the last
could.
2 years.
You probably could. We're not. We're here, innit?
I mean,
We're living.
No. You know what? The reason why I would say I'd agree with Citrus is that, and I said this when Supermax was here, I think that the quality control of music has gone down the pan. And what's happening now, because it's so easy to release music, if you think about it, when we used to have to go, and I said it at the time, when we used to have to go record shops, we had to listen with our ears to spend the money.
Yeah.
Now you can download everything. I mean, dancehall for me, as someone who was playing
And
dancehall,
I wouldn't change a
R&B,
thing with that.
I think that now it's got to the point where you have to filter out the good from the bad, but there's so much that goes out quantity. For you to filter out the good from the bad becomes a job in itself. So people, there is no filter, I don't think, anymore.
Do any of you not listen to the radio still?
It depends. If my battery's down, I'm waiting for my phone to turn back on, then I might just go a little clapper extra. Also, some of the
From time
DJs
to
on
time.
clapper extra that I'm friendly with.
It's
so
more
I'll
individual
check for
shows
extra.
more than
Yeah.
One second,
radio
one at a
itself.
time, one at a time, one at a time.
Sorry.
But no, go.
I was saying it's more individual shows more than radio in itself.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to jump onto a point that to emphasize the point you're saying. So we don't, effectively, I would argue we don't all listen to radio. Yeah?
I don't listen to radio.
Yeah? Okay. On your playlist in your car right now, what are you listening to?
SoundCloud that my brethren would send me.
Which is
House.
New House, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Citrus?
A lot of the Nails new stuff, to be honest.
Okay. Level.
Nights like this.
Yeah, big tune.
Again, SoundCloud, same thing that Doug said. Who is it? I think it's a Firelinks audio. I like the Yardman audios.
New or old
It's
dancehall?
mostly old on there. It's
Okay.
Actually, no. It's actually the start. It's like a 3-4 hour audio. The start of it's just soul. So Barbara Streisand and those kind of ones.
Yeah,
I sing
yeah.
along in my car, man. So nothing new.
But still old. Even though it's Barbra Streisand, it's not dancehall, but it's still like
Yeah.
old stuff, yeah? Longers.
It's kind of wasted on me because I'm not driving at the moment.
But
So it's
listening
like,
to whatever, when you're traveling,
Yeah, what you listening
whatever
to?
you're doing, listening to music in your headphones, what are you listening to?
I don't really. I try to see what's trending on TikTok and all that kind of stuff, so I know what I really need, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes when you do that, you might find an old song is trending because a lot of old songs are trending on TikTok.
But the interest is, and I'm going with Dagz and Levels on this one, is that they spoke about when I'm in my zone, I'm driving my car, having a good time, I'll play the house, I'll play the Firelinks, and I'm enjoying music for myself. You're doing research.
Yeah.
The question Wiley's asking
Yes.
is, what are you doing? Like, if I turn around and said, you know what, let's go and chill, put some music on, bro. We're not doing research on TikTok. I want to
No, but
hear
you see,
what you're playing.
because I'm not like I said, because I'm not driving, I'm not in the
I don't
same
think driving's got
music
anything to do with
yeah.
it.
So-
Think of it.
so
Think of it
if
that
I'm
if
in
you
my
was
house-
if you was
Yeah.
traveling, so
And you're on the train?
yeah, if I'm on a
2-hour
train,
journey?
I've got my headphones on.
Yeah.
I will I'll blatantly be listening to 90s hip hop, 90s dancehall, 90s R&B, maybe 2000s as well. That era, but that's
I think I'll
my
probably
hearing.
try to find a mix from Super or something like Super D or something like
Okay.
that, and just you know what I mean. There's always house songs that I need, and there's certain DJs you know that they're gonna play them, and you're gonna say to yourself, "Damn, what is this song?" Can't Shazam it because there's a MC on it, or do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what-
You know what them
yeah,
stresses, yeah?
exactly.
I fully hear that.
Sorry, before you go on,
Of course.
you gotta remember, yeah. Music, dancehall and R&B isn't marketed for us people our age. It's marketed for people in their early 20s. So we're not meant to find it lit.
That's
Same
what
way
I was.
when
That's what
reggae-
I was supposed to
when
jump on a little while.
dancehall was transitioned
Generation
from reggae,
game.
people are like, oh, what's this? This is crude. They're spitting too fast. I don't like this stuff. I don't like this. So it's not for us. But the younger lot love the new stuff. They love the craft. they
It
love
took
the
a
massacre.
while for people to actually get used to Cartel.
Exactly that. That's
They
the
said
thing
he
I
was
about
too
this
lyrical and
conversation.
all that kind of stuff when he first came out.
So, I don't disagree with any of that, because if I was to ask my mum what she listening to,
Yeah.
she ain't going to say 90s R&B. Do you get what I'm saying? She's going to talk about the times when she was, and her people then were
Lovers
doing
Rock
their
and
thing.
Rare
Do you
Groove.
get what I mean? So you're going to go with what's relevant to you. Now, I try to think of myself as an eclectic listener. So you can press play on my Spotify, anything can come up. Do you know what I mean? Just be ready and strap in. Do you get what I mean? And that's me. However, I find new music very hard to digest. Not because we don't necessarily have access to it, but just the skill set within the music, I'm not necessarily appreciating it. Like, I'll be very honest. If I go to not necessarily a concert, if I go somewhere and you hear a live band or you hear a live artist and you're like, "Wow, there's actual craft in this." Versus when you're listening to some of these songs, and I'm like, "What's going on?" Do you know what I mean?
Let me reply
You
to
can't
that.
skank to this. You can't. Do you know what I mean? Like, is everyone just head bopping? Is this just like up to the times background music that we can just chat to while we're posing for TikTok and Snapchat?
Let me reply to that because there's a psychological factor there as well that people don't acknowledge. So most people don't actually know what they like. They know what they're fed enough of. So back in the day when you're not talking about your nostalgia and that, you have Top of the Pops. Radio is important. Radio is playing a lot of songs. We don't have superstars now. Everyone has Spotify, Apple Music, so everyone can go off and listen to their own things. So we're not constantly fed the same songs over and over and over again. There's a psychological phenomenon that says people have to hear something or be exposed to something at least 7 times to actually take it in and either consider it and or actually like it or decide we don't like it. We don't have that as much anymore. So that's another reason why music isn't as big today.
I don't necessarily agree with that because if you look at soca,
Yeah.
so soca music, for those that don't listen to soca music comes out annually. Yeah, you're not going to release a song when it's not.
Seasonally.
Yeah,
It
sorry,
depends on
seasonally.
the-
Yeah, depends on.
The country, yeah.
Yeah, so I would say annually, but within that, different countries release songs in their own season. So one would do it in February, one would do it in June, one would do it in September, and one does it just before Christmas. So there are like different drops. And within that, when these DJs release, I will then listen. What Levels has got a 2025 power playlist? Okay, let me go and listen to that. And I'll listen to the whole thing. I'm like, I don't think I'm feeling any of this. I'm not taking any of it on. Or this is gonna stay in my regular tracks. You get what I mean? So I think there is an exposure there. But obviously I like soca, so I will head in that direction. However, when I talk about across the board and you talk about your Capital Extra or your BBC One Extra and all of these whatever channels and blah blah blah, I'm like, is the music, is it transcending? Or now are you then saying there's more amapiano, there's more Afro beats, Afro house? Do you get what I mean? Then, like these new blends are taken in and now becoming mainstream. I was surprised. I went into Nighttown and heard Bungie Garland. He's a soca artist. I was like, all right, Bungie. All right. Do you know what I mean? This is something different. Do you get what I mean?
Let me add to that, yeah. The reason why I disagree with what you said, and I'll go back to what I said before, is because a lot of soca gets lost because soca is seasonal. So let's say, for example, Trinidad's in February. So from now they're releasing songs.
Sorry, Trinidad Carnival you talk about.
Yeah. Sorry, Trinidad Carnival. So they will start releasing a whole heap of Trini songs. Trini artists will start releasing a whole heap of songs. How many of those songs actually stick beyond that? Not many. And the ones that do are the ones where people have boosted it with money. They've got TikTok interactions. They're paying DJs to play it. So there's so many different avenues that you're hearing these songs, and eventually you're like, okay, I actually like it. How many times do you hear a song and I don't like this, and you hear it a 5th time and like, okay, it's actually grown on me, or you hear it in a party afterwards, you're like, oh, it sounds different on big speakers. So that's why I say you have to feed people music for it to stick. Record labels, I don't think they're invested too much in music. I don't know if the returns aren't as good because of Spotify and streaming now. I don't know. In contrast to what record sales were when people were actually going out and buying records. So for example, you use soca as an example. I had this conversation. Do you know DJ Tate?
Yeah.
So me and DJ Tate had this conversation about 2-3 days ago where I was saying the method of releasing soca for me is stupid. And I compared it to hip hop where there's a young artist called Lola Brooke. She had a song, Don't Play With It. You heard it? Don't Play With It?
Yeah.
Before that song took off, she was promoting that for over a year. Yeah. And it took people to hear it multiple times and actually eventually come and say, you know what, this song's actually alright. Whereas with soca now, they hear it seasonally. Past Trinidad, it's not heard again. If it doesn't take off in Trinidad, it's like, okay, this song's flopped.
You know the funny thing with that as well? Jeannie Wine's Pony.
That's
Released
before my
twice.
time.
Twice.
Is it? See, I didn't
Released
even know
twice.
that.
It was released years before it blew.
Remember?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So that's just music for you. But I think Pony was just ahead of its time when it actually released first time. So when it came back around the second time, everyone was like, whoa, what the hell is
Exactly
this?
that. Most music you hear, you do not like by chance. You like it because record labels have forced it upon you, and successful marketing isn't noticeable. When you notice how someone's marketing something to you, like, oh, they've done this, that's very creative. No, successful marketing is when it's creeped up on you out of nowhere and it's like, oh, wow, I actually like this song now.
And I'm not even disagreeing with anything you're saying. What I'm saying is, unfortunately, when we spoke about icons of different genres, we can name different music artists.
Yeah.
Now, I think shelf life of artists is so shallow that they have to start doing things more and more and more outrageous to stay relevant.
Agreed.
No, not true.
Yeah.
Not true.
Agreed.
Okay.
No, agree.
I can name 2 artists off head that don't have to do that. I think it depends on your
No,
manager.
no.
too.
Like you said, more and more artists. So
I think-
2 artists, yeah, that's what I mean. But
That's
there are
off head.
there are a lot of artists who are doing crazy things just to like everything is marketing now. And people know how important marketing is. So what they're doing is they're feeding into marketing more than their actual music. So the marketing side as a superstar now is so much more important in some ways than the music.
Again, marketing is a very broad term. So what you're saying is 100%
Yeah.
right. But then someone could, like, let me use Adele or Cleo Soul, for example. Outside of album release, you know nothing about them. So what does that do? That leans into mystery and intrigue. The people are very intrigued about them. So when they do drop and when they have something to say, people are way more receptive to it.
So what about someone like Doja Cat?
Doja Cat, boy, she's got a record label that, you know, they want to make as much money from her as possible, and that's the thing.
Well,
When
you
you
see,
have a certain
but you
team
see
around-
what he's talking about when he says about doing something so extreme. Like people
100%.
calling her flipping devil now because of some of the stuff that she's
Yeah, devil
done.
worshipping and stuff.
These are artists can choose cheap gimmicks or they can choose to have a serious run.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's her or a team, but they've chosen the cheap gimmick route. Cheap
Look what they
gimmicks
did
only
with
last so long.
what's his name,
guy.
Little Nas X.
Yeah,
Yes,
again,
yes,
cheap
yes.
gimmicks only last so long.
And
People get bored of them very quickly.
and that would tie into, like, if you're trying to become the icon, if you're trying to become the people that are known, then you will do what you can to do that. However, I'm gonna tie that very quickly because we've still got. Listen, we could be sat here for 3-4 hours.
Can I just say something really quickly?
Go on.
Was you saying that you don't like current R&B?
Current R&B, I'm not exposed to it.
Okay.
Okay, so talking of icons, I'm gonna bring some controversy to the table, and I'm not gonna accept anything more than 4. I'm not gonna accept, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna choose this one, special mentions. No. You have a Mount Rushmore. Plain Mountain out there, you got a hammer, you got a chisel, you got a chip away and put 4 faces. Yeah? 4 faces. And I'm saying it so you lot are going to be prepared for what's coming next. So I'm going to start with Levels. Who would make your Mount Rushmore of dancehall artists? 4 artists only.
Easy, brother, come on. Vibes Cartel is the greatest ever. That's my favorite artist of all time. Bounty Killer, Beanie, and the 4th spot now. This is a difficult one.
I thought it was easy.
Yeah, but 3 out of 4. That's what.
Yeah.
70%, 80%. That's all
Yeah.
right. The 4th one now. Is it for me personally, or does it?
You've got a hammer and a chisel.
Okay.
You have to chisel in 4 faces.
Alright, Vibes
Who's the 4th
Cartel,
face?
Vibes Cartel. No, that's undoubted. Bounty Killer has to be
Yep.
there. Greatest A&R ever.
2,
And the greatest, one of the greatest dancehall artists. Beanie Man as well.
3.
The 4th spot.
I thought it was easy.
I was wrong. I misjudged this because I could give it to Mavado, but then I could go back in time and say, did Supercat have a bigger peak than Mavado? He went into America, did a madness there. On stage shows at Sting, he has epic moments.
You
there
have
as
a
well.
chisel. You have to chisel 1 more face.
Wiley.
Who is the
You know
face?
what? You know what? Elephant Man.
Oh.
And that's only because I was in the barbers earlier and he was watching his we were watching his One Extra video with Shawnee B. And the dancing song, even my barber stopped cutting my hair to start dancing. So
You know the funniest thing? Supermax was having a go at me for having Elephant Man on there. So I'm not going to go no
you should know
further.
better than that, man.
I'm not going to go no further than that. Dagz. You're 4 dancehall
Oh, same
artists.
dancehall.
Mount Rushmore.
Okay. All right, let me get my mind back to when I first was in that bedroom,
Nice.
like putting on the Saxon Bodyguard, King
Super
at
D.
D's, Yeah, Super
He,
D.
you know he's trying to buy
Silverwood,
himself time to give
Stone
4
Love.
names, isn't it?
Metro Media.
Metro. Oh,
You got names, you got
yo.
names, right?
Still get
Yo.
something with it.
I've got my feeler boots on. I've got my bleach jeans on, like string vests in the mirror.
Waggy tee.
Right, let me think.
Sorry,
All right,
go on.
so I think Supercat for me, my era growing up, Supercat. I think Ninja Man, because remember I'm going body music every December, and I'm buying the Sting, the videotape every December it comes out. So I would buy the Reggae Hits volume,
Whatever year it came.
and I'd buy the Sting videotape every Christmas. Even I'd wrap that up for my dad's Christmas present every year.
Nice.
So
That's true.
yeah, I'd say Supercat. I'd say Ninja Man. K-Pop has to be in there. I hear the all Vibes Cartel and all that, but I'm going back to my originals. I can't do
He's
this new
the
stuff.
greatest,
It's
man.
originals.
Yeah, I hear you.
I want to say Buju as well, but I've got to say Buju. But then it's mad because look,
No.
Jigsy King. Oh
No.
my God.
See, but you
No.
hold on. You put Jigsy King over Terra Fabulous.
I haven't stopped. I can't.
Okay,
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
Only two
Listen,
mountains.
and it's
You
recorded.
need-
All right.
It's only one mountain.
It's
It's only one
recorded, so
mountain.
I've already said it now.
You know what it is?
I've already said
You know what
it.
it is, Citrus? Certain man had a lot of chat, about our Mount
About our one,
Rushmores.
yeah, and now
So
look,
now it's
what was
them.
your one? What was your one?
Yeah, what was your
Mine
Oh, I
was
can't remember
was Beanie Man, Elephant Man, Buju, and who was my fourth one again? I can't remember my fourth one.
I can't lie. It's
Beanie.
void if there's no cartel.
Where's-
He's
I
the
didn't
greatest.
have Cartel. I didn't have
How-
Cartel.
he's the greatest.
Capleton. I didn't
What was
have
yours?
Cartel.
So mine would definitely be. I'm probably changing it, but
Yeah.
Buju, Capleton. I would actually give it to Supercat as well, and I know mine's changed because I'm thinking of two people, but I'm gonna say Bounty Killer.
Do you know the wickedest thing? We shouldn't have answered, 'cause we're giving Longers more space.
No.
No,
I
no,
think
no,
I've
no.
got
He's
it.
got his own
I've
mind. He's
got
got his own
mine.
mind.
I think
He's got his
got
own
it.
mind. He's got
Go
his own
on.
mind.
And mine is, it's like everybody that you guys chosen has changed the game in some way, shape, or form, and I'm going for people that also changed the game. And I'm surprised there's one person that none of you mentioned,
Sprague.
Shabba.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see?
but for me,
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
tell you
gonna be
why.
different. It's
I
gonna
tell
be
you why.
subjective.
I said nobody, so that not
I
just
was
you.
thinking of it,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And Shabba was the first man to change the game in slackness. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he was the first man to do it, but he was the first man who was recognized as the king of slackness. If it wasn't him for talking about the profanities, then we might not have it as we have it right now. Do you know what I mean? So Shabba's first. Then I would have to go with, it is hard, Buju. When Buju came out, there were so many people who wanted to sound like Buju. But then obviously you got Ninja Man and another man wanted to sound like Ninja
Stage
Man, and
shotty.
then you had man, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Buju. Blah, 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 blah. Now it's Beanie or Bounty. I'm gonna go with Beanie because he spanned more decades.
So how come no
And
one
then
put Sean
Cartel.
Paul in there?
Someone
No,
did
I
put
put
Sean
Sean
Paul
Paul
in one of our
think it was-
previous
my
podcasts,
favourite,
you know?
man.
Yeah,
He changed it.
you
He
see-
We're
changed the
talking,
game.
Yeah.
are we talking numbers and reach and
No,
changing
Yeah,
the game?
that's something.
Yeah, what we
I
talking
wouldn't.
about?
as well.
I wouldn't.
You're
say-
talking
Sean
about
Paul-
your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, all right.
Sean Paul. I wouldn't say changed the game. Sean Paul was the guy who commercialized.
That's changing
Well,
the game.
yeah,
bro.
but I
That means
wouldn't-
attention.
Because, but that at the same time, when you talk about changing the game, well, the first person to really commercialize before Sean Paul was Shaggy.
Interesting.
That's why I didn't want to go down that road, man.
Yeah.
I want to
Interesting.
do my lot
So,
when I watched it on the TV.
So I'm gonna jump right into, because we got 4 DJs here. One mic man retired, but I don't care. I'm still gonna call you a mic man. One mic man here, former DJ. Top 4 genres to play in a dance. So today, or whenever, in fact, over your DJ era, if you was gonna play a genre of music, 4, and we've got a vast array of music to play. What are the 4 genres you're gonna play that are going to be? These have to get played.
Are you talking? Let me clarify. Are you talking that we enjoy? Are you talking about the crowd that
Your top
the crowd
4
resonates with?
genres
That you
that
like.
you are going to play. Whether you crowd, you personal, you got to chisel it, you got to choose it.
A dancehall and reggae separate, or
Yes.
they one?
Separate.
They're separate.
Yeah.
Alright, dancehall 1, reggae 2, soca. No, R&B then soca.
Thanks.
All right, it's a warm up time. It's 11 p.m. People are coming into the dance, just arriving, taking off the jacket, going to the bar. I'm playing old school R&B first, Missy Elliott's and all that. That segment. Then I'm gonna do after that 2 reggae they can just sing along to. Then I'm gonna do after the reggae, step it up a bit. I'm gonna do hip hop. I'm gonna do like warming up hip hop, and then new school bashment.
Okay. Citrus.
I'll play soca first.
We know.
Couldn't care less, bro.
I'm playing
Yeah.
no soca.
I'll play soca first. I'm also, obviously, I'm in my ideal rave, yeah. So this isn't for the masses, but soca
Then
first,
dancehall soca, then R&B soca.
and then yeah.
Remix, then soca remixes.
I'll then also play zouk, if I could.
We're gone now by now, innit?
You know, I've left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's 5 in the morning. You know what I mean? Uber. McDonald's just open. You know what I mean? You look in the car park. Don't
And
worry,
then
don't
I
worry.
finish with bouillon.
What's the last
And then-
bit? What's
Then I finish with
the
bouillon.
last bit of his number plate?
And then I'm gonna play. I'm probably gonna play drum and bass. Not necessarily jungle. I think more hard drum and bass. Only because that just brings me back to school in my uniform with my headphones on, walking from the train station home. Do you know what I mean? That 15-minute walk. I was skanking and Cool FM and all that. And then 4th, it'd have to be. Have I said dancehall?
No.
Wait a minute. Has to be dancehall.
Okay.
Has to be specifically dancehall from 1991 to 2004.
Okay. Longers.
Dancehall, Afro beats, R&B, hip hop.
Wow.
Wiley.
Mine, straightforward, slow jams. Slow jams is what I started
1,
off
2, 3,
DJing. No, slow jams. Slow jams is my first thing. Slow jams is my first
So
thing.
you're taking
I'm-
slow
I'm-
jams and not R&B
Yeah, I'm taking slow jams.
because ain't they the same thing? You're
No.
all just being specific.
No, slow jams first. I'm not talking about in order. I'm talking
No,
about
what I'm saying
yeah.
isn't like isn't that
No.
in the same category?
No, R&B.
Fair enough.
You cheated us then.
R&B's on there.
Mm.
So R&B is also on there because I'm a R&B lover. Hip hop, definitely hip hop. And
I
my
put
fourth,
R&B in the same category as slow jams anyway. But go on.
you could
Sorry.
do, yeah, you could do. But my fourth one would have to be dancehall, and I was struggling between dancehall and garage. But dancehall, for me, I think back to when I was in school. I think back to when I started DJing. I think back to through DJing through to now. Dancehall has been the consistency. Garage has been. Garage is the hype, but dancehall,
City.
yeah. I would have said Afro beats, but no, it hasn't had the longevity for me to have that same energy. No. So next Mount Rushmore is gonna be
Shout goes out to Soul.
who say?
Soul.
Yes,
But that
indeed.
can't fit in R&B. Anyway.
Next one is gonna be Mount Rushmore of the top 4 R&B artists, men and women. I'm not making it easy.
Alright, let me clarify this.
Longers was saying. So I've got
we want to hit that our favourite.
top 4 R&B artists that you have to go and put onto a mountain and chip away.
Can we clarify? Is Michael Jackson R&B?
It can be.
Yes.
It can be. It can be.
Yes.
And are groups included?
Yeah.
R&B artist Longers. Longers is sitting there. I said Longers already, you know, and he's sitting there trying to buy time.
All right. So yeah, have to go with the King MJ.
Mhm.
R. Kelly. Have to go with Babyface. for what he's done as an artist and what he's done for all the other artists that he's written for, from Bobby Brown to everybody.
No one else should take this long, you know, because it just gives everyone else time to
What was I about
think.
to say?
You know,
I'm trying to work out my last one, and if I do say a name, it's just a throw out rather than it being like I'm definitely saying it's him. So all right, let me say Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Okay. Not Usher. Chris Brown. Dagz.
I'm just not bothered about R&B, man. So this is hard for me, man. I remember DJs, you lot got your laptop there, so you're regularly looking at tunes and that. For me, I'm just gonna go for the old school lot. So yeah, Michael Jackson. That's what, first thing, first album. R&B. Yeah, R. Kelly, Jodeci. Last one.
You said groups can be in there.
Yeah,
so
groups
I
can
forgot
be in
that.
there.
Yeah, I would have put Jodeci.
Last one, R&B. Bloody Missy Elliott. She done her thing. We was playing music back then. I was busting bare Missy Elliott tunes.
Would you say when we was playing Missy Elliott, it was more kind of hip hop side more than
You know when a man's trying to,
I don't
a man's
know.
trying to, a man's trying to affect the man's trends.
I don't know. But I
Levels
just know
Tongo.
there's a lot of Missy Elliott tunes, and it weren't. I didn't class her as hip hop. So
okay.
work it and all that.
Obviously,
Bust
she's done
up the dance.
she's done both sides, and we can't.
There's a transition of music videos, the way she was dancing, the outfit she put
Dags,
on.
stand in your position,
Yeah, I'm
brother. You
saying
made
that.
your
I'm saying
choice. Stand in
Missy
your
Elliott.
position.
Done.
Like one thing I've always wanted from two artists, right? I've always wanted a full R&B album from Missy Elliott, and I've always wanted a proper rap album from Drake.
Interesting.
You know, I'm talking 0 to 100 Drake.
Okay.
That type of rap. Do you understand what I mean?
Okay. Levels.
All right. Let me say first of all, it's disrespectful to put Michael Jackson in these categories. He's
GOAT,
you can't
the GOAT.
compare.
Yeah,
you
Levels.
No,
can't
but
compare them
when you're
to
talking
them.
about Mount Rushmore and you're talking about this is who you put
I
down
hear
on
that,
what's called it.
But that was your fault.
He's
That's
not
never,
human,
that's
bro.
never
You said him at the
disrespectful.
start. You
Never
asked the
disrespectful.
question.
He was already on my Mount
He's about
Rushmore.
Rushmore. He's God. No
He's-
blasphemy,
yeah.
but he's yeah. So,
Yeah.
so you don't put Michael Jackson in these
So
categories.
don't even put him on there.
No, no.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
bro. You can't do that. Man. He's
Hold on, can I just say something? You see, when we're talking about, I was talking about Babyface, Quincy Jones.
I was just about to say that. As
He's-
well. I was just
Go
about to
on.
say that.
I'm listening. I'm
Yeah.
listening. Go on. I'm
Greatest
listening.
producer ever. So I would say I'm gonna be very subjective here. I'm not necessarily gonna say album sales or they move the needle. Just who I like. So Destiny's Child, best girl group ever, and best R&B girl group.
So we'd like to mix them now. 'cause
No,
you
hold
said
on.
girls
Hold
and-
on. No.
You said men.
Levels.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
men.
No. It's
No,
everybody.
this is
Everybody.
okay,
Because you
I-
said
can
Missy
we
Elliott.
can
It's a
we
Missy
let him
Elliott.
answer, please?
Levels was
Good boy.
answering.
He's Mount Rushmore.
For me, the best female girl group of my time, Destiny's Child, and multiple albums as well. So I'll put them in there. Jodeci, my group. R. Kelly. Last spot is difficult. I'm gonna leave off Usher because, like I said before, I think he's got two very good albums. But I think the first albums are what? Do you think
No. Keep going.
I think his first two albums
Keep
are
going.
kinda weak, bro. I'll be
Keep
honest with you.
going.
I
Keep
think
going.
The two middle ones, 8701 and Confessions, were solid.
Not my way.
Keep going.
Okay,
Keep
it's
going.
okay, it's okay.
Stand in your position.
Okay. Also, the last spot, I have to go to someone that I appreciate. It's because of his whole musicality. He can play instruments. He can sing like a god, and that's Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
Yeah.
I almost
I've
mentioned
already
him.
done mine
Almost
on
mentioned
this,
Mhm.
but I know that we are very close to the summary.
Mhm.
'Cause
I've got one more.
Okay.
One more last Mount Rushmore.
Go for
One more. And this is one that was controversial with us. And I'm not going to answer it. Citrus ain't going to answer it. Top 4 rappers ever. Mount Rushmore.
Flipping hell.
Yes.
You're getting in.
Dags, because you're struggling. I'll come to you first.
That's
Oh,
what
wait,
rappers.
can I clarify something? Is it
Yeah.
only American?
No.
American, UK, whatever you want to do,
Okay,
you only have 4. You have a hammer and chisel.
They
You
could
gotta
be
go.
even some yardy flip rapper if you want. You know what I mean?
You know I'm gonna put first, isn't it?
I don't know,
Best
but,
lyricist ever.
but we'll get to you in a second. Dagz that's trying
Again.
to that's trying to
No,
move
no,
the
no,
needle,
no.
innit?
Again, I'm just going on emotion. I'm not going on like sales or what they've done for the industry. I don't care, give them monkeys about all of that. So I'm going on emotion. My first rap concert ever attended. My big bro took me on a train.
Who's your big bro, sir?
J2 of formerly of Special Touch. Took me on a train. I don't even know what venue it is now because it's probably changed name, innit? I can't even remember. I was a kid.
Where was it?
That's what I'm
On
saying.
the train, it was on the
London
train.
Arena. So where that could be
Okay.
the
Oh, wow.
O2,
It's
that could be-
That was
Docklands.
Docklands.
could be-
Yeah.
Docklands.
yeah. Public Enemy. Yeah, I love Public Enemy. So that was my rap group back in them days. That was 1989. Yeah, 1989. Showing man's age. So Public Enemy. I love a Mob Deep. I love a Jada Kiss. Rapper, lyricist. There's plenty, man.
One more.
So what have I said? Public Enemy,
Public Enemy, Mob Deep,
Mobb
Mobb
Deep,
Deep,
Jada Kiss.
Jada Kiss. Oh, mate. All right, just throw one out there. Yeah, go Nas, Clark.
Okay.
Nas,
Knew you was gonna say Nas.
lyricist.
I could see his brace.
Lyricist.
Longers.
Balance it up.
Right.
I'm gonna come to you last because Levels had an answer. He was about to say
Go.
Levels.
Oh, if we're going with this, someone that could put words together over a beat with a melody, and it doesn't matter about country, doesn't really matter. For me, Vybz Kartel was the best lyricist and wordsmith ever. I'm a deep Kartel fan, so I listen to his deeper stuff as well. So he's number 1 for me. I got to keep with the Jamaican flex as well, so I got to go Biggie. But I know his 2 albums word for word, because my mum used to play them on tape cassette as well. And on that note, I'll shout out Method Man because him and Biggie went back to back on the What, and I think Method Man spun him, but
Yep.
Biggie's got the aura, the charisma that kind of brings me in. So
Nah, he definitely spun him.
he spun him, bro. Differently spun him. So Biggie, Kartel, Jada, and finally, I would say. You're a Nas guy. I'm a J guy. I prefer J over Nas.
You feel,
Yeah, I'm a J
yeah.
guy, man.
Longers.
Okay. So, Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, I should have said him. Fuck it. Over Nas, definitely.
Now, this is one that's got just too many man. I'm talking about Wu-Tang Clan. Mobb Deep, Jay-Z.
Wow.
Have you listened to
Wow.
Mobb Deep's new album?
It's just come
Not
out, innit?
properly yet.
It's alright.
Yeah.
It's alright,
I ain't listened to all of it yet, but from what I've heard, I'm like, yeah, this is alright. It's
Like, they released
Concerts in February, March next year, innit?
4 albums that were just, and then Prodigy released albums by himself that was flipping cold. Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, them days.
Citrus.
I think we're coming up to the end of the podcast now. Firstly, I'd like to thank you, Levels. Dagz, Longers, I'd
Big
like
up,
to say a
big
big
up.
thank you from myself and MT Podcast.
Thank you.
And what we normally do at the end of the podcast is we ask for a summary of anything we've spoken about today or anything brand new that you want to add.
I just want to say big up to you guys. Been doing it like I think we spoke off air for 4 years now.
And
4
counting.
years, and counting. So I just want to say, big up, because you know what, doing a podcast which we done ourselves isn't easy. I want to say big up GCP as well. There was our producers when we first started it in lockdown, and it's just like people watch it and they think it's easy, innit? But it's a big investment, and I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the time, the commitment, the branding, everything that goes behind the scenes to make it happen.
Arrangements.
So yeah, that's my thing. Big up. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, big
Respect.
up.
No problem.
And just to let you know, we like you guys asked from earlier on why we haven't been doing the statement podcast. Now we will bring it back, But once we get like a new premises that we want to use, we'll bring it back, and that's what I mean. Start bringing back people on the podcast and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right.
Guys, I've had a time and I've enjoyed myself. It's been a nice discussion. I've enjoyed everyone's insights as well. Learned some stuff myself.
Yeah.
Even about events and venues that I've never even heard of before. And you start realizing that there's absolutely nothing new under the sun. Everything is cyclic. Everything you've done has been done before. And it's humbling because, you know, you can't really get too big for your boots because everything's been done 10 years before you. And it will be done again 10 years after you.
Bro, you would have loved the city days.
I would have.
You would have loved the city
was
days.
great.
Like, we did things where you just park your car here, right? One place in the city. Go from this spot, DJ, this spot,
Walking.
go to this spot, walk back to your car and go home.
See, now you're driving from north to south to east
No,
to
no.
west.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
In June, there was one day in June, I had 7 bookings in one day. I said to myself, I'm never doing this again.
No,
The
it's impossible.
Listen, my car was empty by the end of the day. I drove all over London. I said, nah, this is tiring. But you can't even get city events and city venues anymore. The
Yep.
days have changed. But yeah, it just goes to show how everything's been done already. The scene changes, new people come in, but everything is just cycling.
It's a recycle.
It's all
I think the only new thing that's really happened within the last 8 years is brunches and day events.
Yeah, shouts out to Mr. White because Mr. White, I don't know if he was the first, but I know he was an innovator of the brunches
school
scene.
brunch.
No, I think
Definitely.
I think DLT were so the brunch and day party scene kind of transcended from New York.
Yeah.
So it was a really New York and West Indian thing, and then with the DLT lot, I think those lot moved over to New York for a year, saw what was going on, and then brought it over here. But also reggae brunch were early in that as well. They were quite
Reggae
early
brunch
as
was
well.
early.
Yeah.
There was also hip hop brunch that
Yes, it
was
did.
going on from a long time
Yeah,
as well.
I DJ'd there on the weekend.
Yeah.
as well,
I haven't seen Ollie Twist in them lights for ages, but yeah,
DJ'd on the weekend.
However, gents, I'm gonna have to cut you there. Wiley, I'm gonna ask you for your summary.
Listen, it's been a blast. You know. I love my music. I love my DJing. I love being in the presence of old school and new school legends in the game, and that's not making a big statement, a grandiose statement there. That's actually the facts of the matter. When you're talking about stuff, we could be talking for hours on end, and it's been a blast. I've totally enjoyed the podcast today. It's been great. It's been great. Definitely.
And just remember, this is the empty podcast, and when the glass isn't half full,
It's empty.
empty.